It's time for Arkansas Travelers Baseball on the ticket Total Sports 1380. Arkansas Travelers Baseball is brought to you by Miller Lite, ITT Technical Institute, Coca-Cola, Sonic Drive-In, BC Powder, and by Allstate Insurance. And now for the ITT Technical Institute pregame show. Let's go to the ballpark.
Baseball is on the air. Hello again, everybody. This is Phil Elson. Welcome to Raywinder Field in Little Rock. Tonight, Minor League Baseball and the Texas League present the Arkansas Travelers and the Tulsa Drillers in Game 2 of a 4-game series. Hi, and thanks for tuning into the broadcast, folks. We are live tonight on the ticket, Total Sports 1380, as well as the Traveler website, www.trav.com. You are listening to the ITT Technical Institute pregame show. A very entertaining game yesterday. Not a lot of people were thinking it would actually get yesterday's ball game in, but it turned out to be a beautiful night and pretty good crowd on hand. Watched an outstanding ball game. The Travs victors yesterday by the final score of 7-3. 18 base hits for the Travelers, their second highest total of the young season, led offensively by Casey Kotchman, who had 4 base hits, including his tie-breaking home run to Interstate 630 in the 7th inning. Dallas McPherson also 4 for 4 with a double and a triple. He was a home run shy of the cycle. Jason Aspito also chipped in with 3 base hits, a double and a triple and RBI. Up and down through the Travs lineup, everybody took part in either knocking a run home or reaching base on a base hit or scoring a run. And good pitching performance by Eric Sear, although he got a no decision. Mark O'Sullivan was terrific out of the bullpen with a couple of scoreless innings, and O'Sullivan earned his first win of the year as the Travs started off this important series against Tulsa with a 7-3 victory. Tonight, it'll be Jake Woods on the mound for the Travs, another left-hander facing him, Zach Parker, one of the big prospects for the Colorado Rockies, a left-hander with a good low 90s fastball, will be taking on Jake as Woods is making his 4th start of the season. He's 2-1 with a 3.32 ERA. It'll be his first appearance against a team other than the Wichita Wranglers, as Jake's first 3 games pitched in this season all against Wichita. And we should have no problem getting tonight's game in. We know that there have been some storm systems in the state, but they've moved off to the north and pretty much in the clear for tonight's game. It will be a little bit muggy. It is a pretty comfortable evening tonight out at Raywinder Field. We're glad to have you with us. We'll take a break here on the Travs ITT Tech pregame show. We'll return with a look at yesterday's Texas League action and the Ag Pro Farm Report here on the ticket Total Sports 1380.
Lead technician in work and quality control for a small electronics company. I supervise 4 technicians daily and direct the testing and calibration of products.
Matthew O'Mullane earned a Bachelor of Applied Science degree in Automated Manufacturing Technology in 2002 and a Bachelor of Applied Science degree in Electronics Engineering Technology in 2003 from the ITT Tech in Indianapolis, Indiana.
ITT Tech has allowed me to get to where I eventually want to go.
Call 1-800-ITT Tech or visit us on the web at itt-tech.edu. ITT Technical Institute, education for the future.
It started just like fun, socially. A sweet potato here, a churro there. I mean, what's the big deal? Just a few carbohydrates, right? But then the craving started. Crackers, pancakes, toast points, it didn't matter as long as it had carbs. I started ignoring my friends and family unless they had just made lasagna. Luckily, that's when my bartender told me about Miller Lite. With half the carbs of Bud Light, you can enjoy a great-tasting, less-filling beer without having to ride the C train. Don't let carbs ruin your life. Miller, good call.
For 12 ounces, Miller Lite contains 3.2 grams carbohydrates. Bud Light contains 6.6 grams. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Ed and I sell soft drinks at ball games, and he first told me about BC Powder.
We carry big trays of drinks up and down the stadium steps. Man, it's a killer.
And with a backache, that tray feels heavier and heavier.
And the stairs are tough on your knees.
One night I was dragging, and the game wasn't half over.
I told Brian he needs a BC to stop the pain fast, because it goes to work quick.
BC stopped the pain, got me right back to work.
BC goes down easy with a soft drink, but don't tell the boss, okay?
BC, pain relief at the speed of powder. Use as directed.
Welcome back here to Raywinder Field on a beautiful Friday night in Little Rock. Phil Elson with you here on the ticket Total Sports 1380. Here the second segment of our ITT Tech pregame show, and a reminder that ITT Tech is committed to helping students develop the skills and knowledge where you can pursue opportunities in technological fields such as computer drafting and design. At ITT Tech, you'll learn specialized techniques in a hands-on environment that helps you reach your potential. Get a hold of ITT Tech here in Little Rock at area code 501-565-5550 or just go online for more information to itt-tech.edu. Both way the games of the Texas League yesterday. The Wichita Wranglers defeated Frisco last night 7-4. Catcher Mike Tonis with a 3-run homer, capping Wichita's 6-run rally in the 5th inning. After Ruben Gotay scored on an error, Jaime Jones singled in a run, and then Jim Carroll stroked a pinch hit double to slate another run. Tonis then capped the outburst with his first home run of the season, deep to left field. Dee Brown hit his 4th homer for Wichita, while J.J. Trujillo earned his first save with an inning and a third scoreless, sending Frisco to their 6th loss over the last 7 games. Wichita upping the record to an even 500 at 7-7. Frisco drops to an East Division worst 4-10. The Rough Riders are 5 games out of first place behind the Travelers. Over the Dell Diamond, the Midland Rockhounds stunned the Express 10-7. Midland sends 15 men to the plate in a 9-run rally in the 4th, and then held on for a 10-7 win. Midland shortstop Mark Tiger knocked in 3 runs, while Mark Kean and Jason Perry each with 2 RBIs. Round Rock starter Jared Gosrow took the loss, allowing 8 runs in 3 2/3 innings. Midland, for the first time against Round Rock, beat them after being swept in Midland last week. The Rockhounds, with their 5th win of the season against 9 losses. First place Round Rock in the West Division dropped to 11-4. They're a game and a half up on San Antonio. The Missions doubled up El Paso yesterday 4-2 at Wolf Stadium. Greg Jacobs knocked in David DeLucci, and John Lindsay singled home 2 more runs in a 3-run rally in the 3rd inning as San Antonio defeated the Diablos by 2 runs. Diablos have lost 4 of their last 5 games, and the Diablos' record on the season 4-11. San Antonio starter Elvis Perez scattered 7 hits over 5 innings, allowing just 2 runs for his first win of the season. Richard Tormson tossed 3 scoreless innings before passing the game to Jared Herman, who struck out 2 in the 9th for his 4th save. San Antonio to 9-5 this year. El Paso drops to 4-11. They're 7 games behind the Express. Tonight in the Texas League, Round Rock hosting Midland. Drew Dickinson on the mound for the Rockhounds against right-hander DJ Holton, who's searching for his 3rd win. El Paso and San Antonio Wolf Stadium. Casey Fossum making his 2nd rehab start for the Diablos against San Antonio right-hander Juan Zone. Frisco and Wichita tonight. That's starting at 7:30. Pitchers not yet announced for that game. Now we'll look around the Anaheim Angels minor league system on the AgPro Farm Report, brought to you by AgPro of England, your John Deere dealer. You can get a hold of AgPro at 800-264-2524 for AgPro of England. Starting at AAA, where the Salt Lake Stingers were crushed by Sacramento last night, 14-1. 2nd straight loss for the Stingers, but just their 4th loss of the year against 11 wins. Stingers gave up 18 base hits, including 6 doubles and 2 homers. Delvin James took the loss, allowing 12 hits and 8 runs. Stingers were limited to 7 base hits, 3 of them off the bat of catcher Will Nieves. Alex Pelaez collected a single in the 8th inning, extending his hitting streak to 11 games. And the Stinger third baseman Pelaez also pitched the final inning. And tonight, Mike Brunet makes his AAA debut. Actually, Mike, will be pitching tomorrow for the Stingers, not tonight, as the Stingers finish off a series against Sacramento today. Rancho Cucamonga, they were 5-2 winners over High Desert yesterday. Right-handed starter Steven Shell took a perfect game into the 6th to earn his first win of the season. He set down the first 15 batters in a row, including a string of 7 consecutive strikeouts, but he did allow a walk to start the 6th inning. He finished his 6th inning outing with 11 strikeouts on 1 unearned run, 1 hit, and 1 walk. Again, Shell with the win, his first of the year. First baseman Michael Napoli was 3 for 4 with a run batted in. Designated hitter David Gates added a 3-run homer as the Quakes got over 500. Their record is 7-6. In the Midwest League, the Cedar Rapids Colonels split a doubleheader against Kane County, the A's affiliate in the Midwest League. Colonels won the opening game 3-2 and dropped the second game 3-2. Micah Posey picked up his 3rd win of the season in the first game. 2 runs on 3 hits allowed by Posey with a walk and 6 strikeouts in 6 2/3 innings. Bob Zimmerman got his 2nd save. Aaron Peel, a solo homer in the nightcap. Michael Simard took the loss. And second baseman Howie Kendrick for the Colonels, 3 for 3 with a double, a triple, and a run batted in. That's the AgPro Farm Report, looking around the Anaheim Angels minor league system, brought to you by AgPro of England, your John Deere dealer. Get a hold of AgPro at 800-264-2524 for AgPro. We'll have a talk with Traveler manager Ty Boykin coming up after this break on the ITT Tech pregame show. It rolls along after this on the ticket. Total Sports 1380.
What's up, y'all? Let's see it and talk about dating. Because dating is like fights. Think about it. First, you got men out on the prowl. They travel and pack the six. Just like fights. And then you got girls. Girls can be cold. But the colder they are, the more you want them. Just like Sprite. And then comes the kisses. That's just refreshing, y'all. Again, just like a crisp, fresh, quenching Sprite. Figures, what's my motto? Oh, baby, up there.
Hey, sir.
What up, baby Bob? Oh, got to go. Thirst out.
Better choices. Sonic's got them, others don't. Drive into Sonic today for our new Chicken Club wrap made with grilled all-white meat chicken, crispy bacon, fresh lettuce, and juicy ripe tomato with shredded cheese and light ranch dressing. And for those counting carbs, it's now available with our new carb-friendly tortilla. Either way you order it, it's a fresh new way to get more taste. Sonic's new Chicken Club wrap. It's not just good, it's Sonic good.
It's baseball season again. Listen to the sounds of Arkansas Travelers baseball.
Ball stopped on the ground of the shortstop. Beck gets it. He goes to second for one out. Duncan to first. Whack him up. A double play. Deep drive. Right field. Way back. Two. Got it. Get out of here. And that, folks, is a game-winning homer. The Travelers win the game.
Sound like fun? Arkansas Travelers baseball. Call 664-1555 or log on to trav.com.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball on the ticket. Total Sports 1380. KDXE, North Little Rock.
A steamy, muggy night here in Little Rock once again, and that means it must be April baseball at Ray Winder Field. Travelers taking on the Tulsa Drillers, game 2 of a 4-game series. And we'll talk with Trav's manager, Ty Boykin, tonight on the ITT Tech pregame show. Ty, an exciting win yesterday, 7-3 against the Tulsa Drillers. And really up and down through the lineup, it looked like everybody contributed, whether it was a run batted in, a run scored, or a base hit. Everybody contributed. And really, when you get a total team effort like that, I would imagine no matter what team it is, if you're getting contributions from every spot in the lineup, you're a tough team to beat.
Yeah, that's the beauty of the lineup. I mean, we've got guys throughout the order, 1 through 9, that's been doing a great job for us. You know, like we said earlier, Kotchman wasn't hitting, but Murphy was. McPherson wasn't hitting, but Mathis. I mean, just the whole thing. I mean, these guys look to pick each other up, and when somebody in the lineup doesn't come through, there's always somebody else after them that's looking to come through in a clutch situation or, pick a teammate up. I mean, last night it was classic. I mean, we did everything that we needed to do to win the game. I mean, we drove runners in from third base. We got runners over. We bunted guys over. We pitched well. The relievers did a good job. I mean, it was a very well-played ball game. And, talking to one of our rovers, they were very pleased to see the things that we were doing. I mean, just the execution. And it's fundamental baseball.
And just a quick glance at the box score, you would see that the Travs were led by 2 batters with 4 base hits yesterday, and that was from the number 3, the number 4 hitters, Casey Kotchman and Dallas McPherson. The first week of the season, both of them were struggling a little bit. McPherson seemed to maybe get out of a slump yesterday. Casey Kotchman, on the other hand, Tyrone, is on a hitting streak up to 7 games. He's hitting over 500 over that stretch, and it really looks like Casey has found a comfort zone, and it's something to watch him hit when he feels comfortable.
Yeah, Casey can hit. I mean, you look at his swing and everything, you may be surprised that he's able to make contact as much as he does, or even drive balls like he can do. But he can hit. I mean, this guy has a very, very good feel for the strike zone, has a very good feel for what pitchers are trying to do to him, and he can hit all pitches. I mean, I've seen him hit breaking balls. I've seen him hit the sliders, curveballs, split finger. I mean, just everything. And, he knows what he's doing when he gets up to the plate. And, he did start off a little slow, but, when you're talking about a hitter, that's the thing you don't have to worry about. I mean, those guys know how to get out of a slump. They know what they need to do. They know that, it's going to be a matter of time before they figure things out. I mean, early, I don't think he was seeing the ball that well. It's tough to pick up pitches, but he battles, he stays in there, and he, puts good swing on balls, and McPherson, he's starting to heat up a little bit. It's just very good to see. I mean, because the last thing you want guys to do is to get down on themselves when they're not swinging the bat well. You got to keep their spirits up, you got to keep the morale up, and that's what we've done. And these guys are starting to show that they can hit.
You mentioned the first thing about Kotchman as a hitter is his knowledge of the strike zone and really of his own strike zone. Do you find that is what separates him from other good hitters in the minor leagues is that he has such a great sense of his strike zone, or is there something else that separates him from the hitters?
Well, yeah, I agree with that. I mean, when you understand the strike zone, when you know the strike zone, when you're able to use the whole field, I mean, he hits the ball to left field just as well as he does to right, and I think that's one of the things that does separate a good hitter from just an average hitter. I mean, when guys use the whole field, don't try to pull every time, they're going to have more success than the guys that are just one-dimensional and just go one way. Knowing the strike zone and understanding the strike zone is one thing, but when you're able to put balls in play to all positions on the field, I mean, that's going to make you a more well-rounded hitter.
Talking with Ty Boykin, the Travs manager. He's piloted the team to an early good start. Their game ahead of Tulsa here in the early standings. 9 wins and 5 losses for the team going into tonight's game. And Ty, I had a chance to bring Mike Gorneault on the air last night for a couple of innings. We were talking about his shot at AAA with Salt Lake. Now, aside from Mike getting that chance up there, that has left an open spot in the Travs starting rotation. Now, you're not going to need that 5th starter, I think, until next Friday with the off day coming on Monday. But any idea who may fill Brunet's shoes as that, he wasn't the number 5 starter, but who do you think might fill that open spot in the rotation when it comes down to it?
Well, I mean, I've been told that Brandon Emanuel, who is rehabbing down in Mesa, is pretty close to being ready to go, and if he's the guy, then he would step into that role. And, you start him out slow, look to go, 4, maybe 5 innings with him, or, keep him around 80 pitches. I think that's going to be the situation. Santana is not ready yet. With him, you're looking at probably another 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. But I think the first guy out of the chute would be Brandon Emanuel, and looking to get him in here hopefully in a couple of days.
You got Jake Woods going today. Now, this is Jake's 4th start of the season, but how interesting that this is his first start as we get a little flyover from one of the traffic helicopters, I think there. This will be Jake's first start against the Tulsa Drillers. He's made 3 starts against Wichita, so he certainly knows that team very well. What would you tell Jake going into today's game about the Drillers lineup? What does he need to focus on?
Well, for me, it's about hitting your spots and pitching your game. I mean, you can't go against your strengths as a pitcher when you come across hitters. I mean, there's some guys in the lineup that you want to pitch in. There's some guys in this lineup that you want to pitch away. I mean, you look at Sheehy, a big guy who definitely has some power. He's a guy that you may want to try to go away early and hard in late. I mean, it's just a matter of the situation and who it is, but you definitely want to stay with your strength. And with Jake, his strength is keeping the ball down and going in and out. He throws in very well to lefties and righties, and I think he's got to do that. It doesn't matter who you're facing. You go with what you can do and not worry about trying to, pitch around bats and trick guys and fool guys and stuff like that. Just pitch your game.
And one final question, Ty. I've been talking a little bit about Adonis Harrison, one of the fans' favorite ex-Travs from last year's team. How's it been seeing Adonis back in Little Rock, albeit on the other side of the team? I know he got along with everybody last year, whether it was a player or a coach.
Of course, it's always good to see guys that you've coached or played with, and especially guys like Adonis, who was a great guy. Very outgoing, very good personality, high energy, lots of spirit. I mean, he's a guy that, you find it hard to have a bad day when somebody like that's around, and that's what he brought to this team last year. A lot of energy, some experience. I mean, he's got AAA experience. He's played the game for a while. I mean, he knows how to play the game. He knows what it takes to get ready. He comes out every day looking to have fun, and you got to have fun because this game is hard enough when you take it too seriously. And Adonis brings a lot of energy to the clubhouse, and you kind of miss that when you don't have somebody like that around. But it's definitely good to see him. I wish him well. I had a talk with him last night. He's happy. He's doing well. Of course, he misses being here and being with us and everything. But that's the nature of this game. I mean, you may be here today, and then next week you get on a different uniform. But as long as you have on a uniform, you have a chance.
All right, thanks for your time.
Thank you, Phil.
Right back after this with the starting lineup here on the Ticket. Total Sports 1380.
Ameripride Services is the linen and apparel company to get your team into a professional uniform program. Ameripride features a wide range of high-quality, custom programs for the manufacturing industry, hospitality and food service, medical or dental uniforms, and professional and executive wear. Call 664-5575 to schedule a presentation with an Ameripride consultant. Also specializing in the finest quality table linens, rental mat, and restroom services. Call 664-5575 for Ameripride, the official garment supplier of the Arkansas Travelers.
He joined the Air Force in 1964 and served in Vietnam. He commanded forces in the far corners of the globe. Rising through the ranks, he served as a 3-star general at the Pentagon. You'd think 30 years of distinguished service would be plenty. But if you're Norman G. Leeson, Lieutenant General, retired United States Air Force, that's just the beginning. Today, he's pursuing a new career as Walmart's Vice President of National Government Relations. Norm's journey took him near and far, through Asia, Scandinavia, Europe, the Middle East, and Webster University, where he earned a master's degree that served him well in his career. I'm Bob Costas, member of the board of Webster University. All Webster campuses around the world share the same belief. Education is more than just a degree. It's real knowledge for real-world success.
For more information on graduate degrees from Webster University in Little Rock, visit them on the web at webster.edu or call them 800-828-2598.
Welcome back to Little Rock here at Ray Winder Field. Bill Elson with you on the Ticket Total Sports 1380. Just about set to introduce the players out to the field. The Sonic Field's dream team waiting patiently over in the first row on the first base side. A little bit of haze in the skies tonight. That's off in the distance way past center, but right above us we have mostly blue. A couple of clouds covering up what little sun is left during this hot, lazy afternoon here in Little Rock. Travs and the Drillers playing game 2 of this set. Arkansas coming into tonight's ball game with 9 wins against 5 losses. Good for first place in the Texas League East Division, 1 game ahead of Tulsa. Wichita 2 games out, and Frisco pulling up the rear is 5 games out over the West Division. Round Rock is the division leader, a game and a half ahead of 2-time defending champion San Antonio. 5.5 games out is Midland. El Paso at 7 games out going into tonight's action. And again, we'll be updating you on the scores from across the Texas League and the majors on our Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard continuously during tonight's broadcast. Program reminder that tomorrow the Travelers and the Drillers battle once again in Game 3 of the set. It'll be a 7:10 first pitch. Gates open at 6:10. We'll have the ITT Tech pregame show at 6:50. Magnetic schedules for the first 5,000 fans, compliments of Coca-Cola. And also kids will run the bases after the game. Then Sunday, a day filled with all sorts of stuff besides the game between the Travs and the Drillers. It'll be the first Academy Sports Day game of the season. If you haven't picked up your discount tickets at Academy Sports and Outdoors in West Little Rock, well, head on out there and pick it up. It'll get you in for $3 for Sunday's game. And the rest of the Sunday games during the season, Travs have Sunday games on April 25th, May 9th, May 23rd, June 6th, and August 29th. So there's 5 left for $3 discount tickets at Academy Sports and Outdoors. Also, Jim Elder Good Sports Fund, the Travs official charity, as the first on-field kids clinic of the season this Sunday. It'll start at 1:45 in the afternoon, and the first 200 kids to attend will receive a free Travs baseball. AARP members gain free general admission on Sunday by showing their AARP membership card. And we said there's a lot of stuff going on. The first 500 paid fans will receive a Darren Erstad lapel pin, compliment of the Anaheim Angels. That's all Sunday. The gates of Ray Winder Field are open at 12:15. Again, the kids clinic starts at 12:45. And the first pitch of the series finale between the Travs and the Drillers starts at 2. All that stuff, and there's more information available online at Travs.com, or you can also call up the front office at 664-1555. Well, the Travs have taken the field along with the Sonic Field Dream team. Means we can run down the starting lineup for tonight's action. We'll begin with the visiting Tulsa Drillers, a record of 8-6. They are managed by Tom Runnels, and the Drillers are the AA affiliate of the Colorado Rockies. The lineup tonight has Tony Miller leading off in center field. Danny Sandoval batting second, and he'll be at shortstop. Hitting third is the Driller left fielder Juan Pinella. Ryan Sheely, the most dangerous hitter in the Drillers order, bats cleanup. He'll be at first base. Sheely is the Drillers team leader with a .333 batting average, 4 homers and 10 runs batted in. Sean Garrett hits in the 5-hole. He'll be the designated hitter tonight. Mike Roseman hits 6th. He's in right field. Willie Morales, who is starting as the catcher tonight, he'll be batting 7th. Corey Slavic hits 8th. He's at third base. And Adonis Harrison, the former Traveler, rounds out the starting 9. He'll be at second base. Now the lineup for the Arkansas Travelers with a 9-win, 5-loss record. Ty Boykin at the helm. Travs in their 4th season as an Angels affiliate. And it is Alberto Callaspo leading off at shortstop once again. Center fielder Tommy Murphy batting in the 2 spot. Casey Kotchman, who's on a 7-game hitting streak, is batting third. He'll be at first base. Dallas McPherson cleans up. He'll be at third tonight. Batting 5th, Jeff Mathis, who's had a couple of nights off. He'll be catching. Mike Elward starts as the DH today. He'll be the number 6 hitter for the Travelers with right fielder Nick Gorneault in the 7th spot. Hitting 8th, Travs left fielder Jason Esposito. And batting 9th is the Travelers' second baseman Casey Smith. Jack Parker is the starting pitcher tonight for the Tulsa Drillers. Parker, a left-hander from San Jacinto College in Texas. From Austin, Texas, that's where he lives these days. Parker is in his 4th year as a professional pitcher, 21st round pick out of San Jacinto Junior College in Texas out of the 2000 draft. His career record 22-15 and a .423 earned run average. And Jake Woods on the mound for the Travelers, his 4th start of the season. He started on opening day, pitched the Travs to a win in Wichita. He made 3 starts against Wichita over the first 2 weeks of the season. He won 2 of them, dropping 1. 3.32 ERA for Woods. Angels' 3rd round pick out of Bakersfield Junior College in California in the 2001 draft. Woods carries a career record of 28 wins and 16 losses with an earned run average of .381. And Woods will take the mound. Up to the plate comes Tony Miller, the leadoff batter for the Drillers. The center fielder is a right-handed batter. Woods a lefty. And here we go with the first pitch of the night. Here it is. And a fastball for a called strike at the knees. We're underway tonight at 7:15 in the evening. Game time temperature out here in Little Rock, about 77 degrees, almost exactly like last night. The 0-1 to Miller inside as Woods tossed the breaking ball to count 1-1. Miller, Sandoval, and Pinella, the top 3 hitters in the Driller order. They'll all be batting right-handed against Woods. Miller batting .188, no homers, 2 RBIs, and he'll take a strike on a breaking ball on the inside corner. Nice pitch from Woods. It features a fastball in the high 80s to the low 90s, mostly about 88, 89 miles an hour. Good breaking pitches, curveball and slider, nice straight changeup, and outstanding command. He's only walked 2 batters this year. Tries the outside corner with a breaking ball and just missed it. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Miller. Toshi Uchikawa calling balls and strikes tonight. It's Jason Kaiser, the crew chief at third base. First base umpire Chris Tiller. The 2-2 popped up off the end of the bat and out of play. And will keep the count even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Woods, the kind of pitcher who allows the ball to be put into play. And he'll have his fielders do a lot of the work. He has struck out 12 batters in 19 innings this year, only allowing 13 hits. 2-2 pitch, fought off the fist of Miller and grounded up the middle and into center field for a leadoff single. Not a bad pitch by Jake Woods, not at all. Right on Miller's hands. But that pitch did not break the bat. But just strong enough to loop it over the pitcher's mound. It bounced to the right of second base and into center field. So Tony Miller, batting .188 to start the season, collects a base hit to start the game. And that's his 10th hit of the season. Watch out for him. He's a guy who likes to steal bases. He's attempted 4 this year. He's been caught only once. Danny Sandoval trying to bunt him over. And back-end play by Woods, but he dropped the ball in a tough play. Able to get the out at first base, so the sacrifice worked for the Drillers. 1-3 with Miller getting it at second. Sandoval actually did not bump that ball perfectly. It was hit right back towards Jake Woods. To come off the mound on the first base side, had to try to backhand the ball. It looked like a bit of an awkward try because the ball handcuffed him. Popped out of his mitt. He didn't have a chance to get Miller at second base. A good job getting the sure out at first. So Juan Pinella to the plate with a chance to give the Drillers an early lead. He doubled in the first inning yesterday and was stranded. The right-handed hitter chopped the ball towards McPherson at third base. A nice scoop, and he's going to try to get Miller in a rundown, and they do. Here comes Casey Smith running him back towards Callaspo. Now Callaspo with a catch and a tag, and they get the out. Miller is out on the base pass on a rundown. And Pinella follows him into second base on the fielder's choice. Great idea by McPherson. Miller was so far down towards third base when Dallas picked the ball off the infield grass that Dallas sort of hesitated to make sure that Miller would try to even get back to second base. And when he didn't make a move, Dallas just ran right at him and started the rundown. Call the out, 5-4-6. The put out for Callaspo. And Pinella into second base on the fielder's choice. 2 outs. And Ryan Sheely to the plate, right-handed hitter, batting .333. First pitch fouled off the right side for a strike, 0-1. Sheely, the most dangerous hitter in this Drillers lineup. The Drillers as a team batting only .209, and they have scored the least amount of runs in the Texas League by a long shot. 47 runs scored this year. Travs, meanwhile, scored 65 runs. Round Rock has scored 100 runs, the only team with a century mark. A pitch high and outside to Sheely to count 1-1. Mentioned his .333 average. Sheely also has hit 4 home runs, tied for the league lead, 10 RBIs, and he's riding an 8-game hitting streak after a 1-for-4 game yesterday. Just underway in the first, runner at second on the 1-1, called strike on the outside corner. Nice pitch by Woods as he painted that outside black. Sheely has very long arms and long legs, and Ty Boykin said during the pregame show he might want to start him outside first and then bust him inside later in the count. We'll see if the Travs try here. The 1-2 pitch. Change up grounded to McPherson. He bobbles it. Barehands it now. And throws to first base and gets the out. Nice play by McPherson keeping his head. And the Drillers go scoreless in the first inning. No runs on 1 base hit. The Drillers leave a runner on. And we'll go to the bottom of the first here at Raywinder Field. Drillers go score. Travs coming to bat for the first time. Here on the ticket. Total Sports 1380.
Did you know that more than 250 Arkansans are currently awaiting an organ transplant? And did you know that every 16 minutes, a new name is added to the organ transplant waiting list? You can help to reduce these numbers by registering to become an organ donor. Call the Arkansas Regional Organ Recovery Agency at 866-660-5433 or visit the Aurora website at www.arora.org to learn more. Become an organ donor. Give hope.
Jackie Robinson was the first African-American to play Major League Baseball. While breaking baseball's color barrier, he faced angry crowds in every stadium. While playing one day in his home stadium in Brooklyn, he committed an error. His own fans began to ridicule him. He stood at second base, humiliated, while the fans yelled. Then shortstop Pee Wee Reese came over and stood next to him. He put his arm around Jackie Robinson and faced the crowd. Robinson later said that arm around his shoulder saved his career. I'm Mark Evans, pastor of the church at Rock Creek. Today, take a minute to encourage a friend. It may make their day.
For more information about Rock Creek, look on the web at churchatrockcreek.org. The Church at Rock Creek. It's not just church. It's life.
And we're down to the bottom of the first inning at Raywinder Field. As the Travelers' starting pitcher, Jake Woods, able to keep the Drillers off the scoreboard, stranding a runner at second base. Dallas McPherson was tested pretty heavily to start the ball game on a couple of tough grounders. But Dallas showing that he handles those short hops at third base pretty well. There have been questions about McPherson's fielding ability at third base, and even some thoughts that the Angels might move him into the outfield or at first base. But I'm going to tell you what, Dallas McPherson is a tremendous athlete, and I do think he has the ability to play third base at a very high level. Very strong arm, and he's mobile at third. I think he's showing something, playing some good third base to start the season. Here's Alberto Callaspo leading off for the Travelers here in the bottom of the first inning. A first pitch strike on the inside corner from Zach Parker. Parker making start number 3 on the year. He's 0-1. And the pitch to Callaspo high and tight. He has the duck underneath that. Callaspo, a switch hitter, batting right-handed. He's at .258 with the batting average. No homers and 4 runs batted in. Third baseman Slavic's going to play in. The pitch grounded towards third base. It bounces foul for a strike. Count 1-2. Mentioned Parker with an 0-1 record. He lost his first start of the season. That was at Frisco, against Frisco in Tulsa, I should say, allowing 4 runs on 5 hits and 3 in the third inning. Here's the left-hander's 1-2 pitch. Callaspo got under it, pops it up behind shortstop. Danny Sandoval backpedaling in a shallow center field, and he will make the catch right in front of left fielder Juan Pinella for out number 1. And it looks like the outfielders didn't necessarily see Sandoval call him off. They continue to charge in pretty hard. And Pinella almost ran into his teammate. Sandoval able to bring the ball in. One away, and Tommy Murphy now to the plate. Murphy, also a switch hitter. He steps in from the right side against Parker. I mentioned Parker a left-handed pitcher. First offering to Murph inside ball 1. Murphy was the only Trav in the starting lineup yesterday without a base hit. However, he did knock in a run with a sacrifice fly. Also bounced into a double play, and here a ground ball, base hit between third and shortstop for Tommy Murphy. Murphy been scuffling a little bit recently. Average dropping down to 273, but he comes through with a base hit on the second pitch he sees. For Murphy, base hit number 16 on the season, tying him with Callaspo for the second most on the team. Casey Kotchman leads the team with 20 base hits, and here's Kotch up to the plate right now. And it's basically been the last few games for Casey that has put him on top of the hit list for the Trav. 4 hits yesterday, 11 hits over the 4 games of this homestand, and he has been on. First pitch from Parker downstairs, a ball. He tried the slider. Casey's eye very good. You heard Ty Boykin on our ITT Tech pregame show talk that which seems to separate Kotchman from most other hitters in the minor leagues is his knowledge of the strike zone and the knowledge of his own strike zone, not just the basic strike zone. He knows where his strengths are. He also has the ability to take any pitch to the opposite field or also yank it. Here's the 1-0, and it's grounded towards second baseman Harrison. Could be 2. Underhand flip to Sandoval for 1 out, and the relay to first is in time for an inning-ending double play for 6-3. And that ball was hit well, but right to Harrison, and the double play looked pretty easy. So the Travs go scoreless in the first inning after a base hit, no one left on. And we move into the second at Raywinder Field with no score. Here on the ticket, Total Sports, 1380.
Go your own way with National Car Rental. Take a one-tank trip and discover Arkansas. National Freight Weekend Specialist tips what you need to take a trip to the Ozarks. Or get your friends together and rent a minivan to visit historic Eureka Springs. National offers a wide choice of sizes and styles. From luxury cars to vans and sport utility vehicles. Unlimited mileage rates are available. National Car Rental has 2 convenient locations. Little Rock Airport and North Little Rock at 1319 Pike Avenue. See National Car Rental's ad in the Yellow Pages for more information. Go your own way with the National Car Rental.
I'm 71. I'm 65. I'm 68. I'm 53. I'm 70. I'm 47. And we've all had a heart attack. A heart attack can happen at any age. In fact, heart disease is the #1 killer of women. It's important that you learn the warning signs because women experience very different symptoms than men. I'm 57. I'm 49. I'm 38. Baptist Health, Arkansas's premier heart care leader, is working to increase awareness of heart disease and its symptoms and to let you know what you can do to prevent it, like paying attention to your diet, watching your blood pressure, and regular exercise. With a little effort on your part, you have the potential to add years to your life. For a free brochure about heart disease, call 1-888-BAPTIST or visit our website at baptist-health.com. Baptist Health, all our best.
Welcome back to Raywinder Field. On the ticket, Total Sports, 1380. We're on the top of the second with no score. Jake Woods back on the pitcher's mound. He'll be taking on the Drillers' 5, 6, and 7 hitters. Sean Garrett to lead off, a switch-hitting designated hitter, batting .250 with a homer and 3 RBI. Drillers got a base hit in the first inning. That's all they could muster besides a sacrifice bunt. Travs also got a base hit in their half of the first. But a double play erased that. Woods first pitch to Garrett, and a big swing and a foul back for a strike to count 0-1. New program coming up on Wednesday. Well, I wouldn't say a new program, but YTNT Sports, something that the Ticket Total Sports 1380 is and having on the airwaves. There's the 0-1 from Woods. And it's a little tapper back to the mound. Woods plays it right in front of the clay and throws the first base for out number 1. That's played by Jake on the short hop, and it'll bring up Mike Roseman. But who better to talk about yesterday, today, and tomorrow when you're talking about Travs baseball, or even just baseball in general around these parts, and to have Bill Valentine as the main guest this coming Wednesday for Valentine's Day at Vino's. It'll be Wednesday afternoon at Vino's at 5 o'clock. From 5 to 6, Bill Valentine will be there on the airwaves. It's going to be an hour of baseball according to Bill as a strike to Mike Roseman hits the outside corner. 0-1. That'll be something to listen to. In fact, that broadcast will go right into the Travs broadcast. It starts at 6:10 next Wednesday from Midland. Roseman, a fly ball, deep right field. Back on the ball, Nick Gorneault. He leaps at the fence, and the ball got away from him. It hits off the fence, and into second base goes Roseman with a double. When Mike Roseman seems to be trying to hit the ball the opposite way here in Ray Winder. Cracked his first home run of the season to right field yesterday. And Mike Roseman knows, I'd say as well as many other players that have been coming to Ray Winder Field for the last 3 or 4 seasons, that the ball does not carry to left field in Little Rock. It carries to right field. So that might behoove some hitters to, well, if they have the ability to guide the ball in the air, maybe guide it towards right. So Rosen with a double. He had 2 hits yesterday. He's hitting the ball very well. Now to the plate, Willie Morales, and he'll take a first pitch strike right down the middle. Morales batting from the right side, and Willie, the elder statesman on this team, 32 years old, out of Tucson. 0-1 count to Morales. He's hitting 167 and a hard ground ball to the second baseman, Casey Smith. Nice job getting in front of the ball to gobble it up, and he throws Morales out at first base. On to third goes Roseman on the 4-3 assist at first. 2 outs, and Corey Slavic coming up now. Slavic, the league leader in triples with 3. He's only batting 188, a left-handed hitter, and he inherits the runner at third base. Mike Roseman with 2 outs, and a scoreless game at Ray Winder Field. Well, as I mentioned, next Wednesday it'll be Valentine's Day at Vino's, 5 to 6. The Travs broadcast starts at 6:10 with the ITT Tech pregame show. First pitch that night at Midland at 6:30. Ball 1 upstairs to Corey Slavic, a ball and no strikes. We'll join Valentine along with other staff members from the Ticket Total Sports 1380. Talk some baseball with Valentine at Vino's. Slavic, a high fly to right center field. And Tommy Murphy takes charge in right center, makes the catch, and that'll send the Drillers to a scoreless second inning. Mike Roseman's 1-out double is wasted as he's left at third base, and we'll get into the bottom of the second inning. Still no score at Ray Winder Field here on the Ticket Total Sports 1380.
Hey, fans, it's easy to get discount tickets to Travs games all year thanks to Ready Ice. Arkansas's #1 ice company, Ready Ice presents Ready Ice Wednesdays at Ray Winder Field. Just pick up a discount coupon for any Wednesday Travs home game anywhere Ready Ice is sold, like most Shell and Exxon gas stations. Bring the coupons to the Travs box office for $3 general admission tickets to any Wednesday home game. That's Ready Ice Wednesdays at Ray Winder Field all season long. Thanks to Arkansas's #1 ice company, Ready Ice.
Faucets leaking, termites feasting, missing tackle, peas and spackle, substitute tapes and movies, everything from A to Z. Tile and lumber, tons of plumbers, elevators, coffee makers, radiators, party favors. Take a look and you'll see. Not the other book.
When it comes to making their buying decisions, people today let their fingers do the walking through Yellow Book Yellow Pages. It's no wonder. Yellow Book's packed with money-saving coupons, restaurant menus, and vital community info. And with more ads than ever before, it has everything you need right at your fingertips. It's easy to spot. Just reach for the yellow directory with the map on the cover and join the smart shoppers who choose Yellow Book, not the other book. Put your business in Yellow Book. Call 1-800-YB-YELLOW.
the books.
Travs send the 4, 5, and 6 hitters up to bat here in the second inning against Driller starter Zach Parker. It'll be Dallas McPherson leading off with Mathis and Elward to follow. McPherson, along with Kotchman, 4 hits yesterday. And while Kotchman raised his average to 357, Dallas raised his 250. It was about 140 before that. From Randleman, North Carolina. His parents are visiting Little Rock. Father got here on Sunday as McPherson hits a hard grounder up the middle and shot through the wickets of Adonis Harrison, and it goes to the outfield. Here goes McPherson into second base. The throw is in time for the out. Good hustle by McPherson. Not a bad idea trying to force the defense, but he is thrown out at second base. He will be awarded a base hit up the middle. The out at second base recorded 9-6. It's not a bad idea by McPherson because sometimes those outfielders get to the ball slowly. Plus, Dallas hit that ball a ton on the ground on the slick outfield grass that almost got to the fence. So no error, as the ball did get past Harrison, but it was smoked to award a base hit to McPherson. Swing and a miss by Jeff Mathis on a pitch from Zach Parker, count 0-1. Mathis getting his first game action since Tuesday. Sat out of yesterday's game. Of course, we were rained out on Wednesday. Right-handed hitting catcher takes the 0-1 for a strike on the inside corner. Parker with a little off-speed stuff. Good fastball for Parker. Off-speed stuff could use a little bit of help. Good sized body for a pitcher. 6'2", 205 pounds. Though from up here, it does look like he's a little taller than 6'2". But, hey, I'm 5'10". Anybody taller than me looks a little bit bigger than 6'2" anyway. Mathis, a little bit of time out there, and he steps back up with an 0-2 count. Base is empty. And one away. And timeout called by the catcher. Morales will head back out to the mound to speak for a quick second with Parker. I'll give you some background here on Zach Parker. 2003 was 5-5 with the Rockies single-A affiliate in Visalia. He's had some elbow problems throughout his career, keeping him to only 16 starts last year and only 8 starts in his debut season in 2001. The elbow seems to be pretty healthy these days. 0-2 pitch to Mathis, a ground ball towards the hole at shortstop. Backhand play by Sandoval on to first. And they get the out on Mathis. A nice play by the shortstop. Sandoval flashing a pretty strong arm. 2 outs. And now to the plate, Mike Elward. Bone spurs in the elbow last year kept Parker to only 16 games. Well, the year before, he had a very successful season in Asheville in the South Atlantic League, going 16-7 with the Asheville Tourists. Elward, first pitch swing, ground ball, backhanded by shortstop Sandoval. Another long throw, and that one right on the money. And the Travs go down quickly in the second inning after a leadoff single by McPherson. He's thrown out at second, trying to stretch it to a double. 2 ground outs to short, finish it off. And heading into the third is Ray Winder Field. Travelers nothing, Drillers nothing. This is the Ticket Total Sports 1380.
Okay, thanks for listening with me. So what's your plan?
Plan?
To sell the house. Are you going to put up a sign and ad in the paper? Or maybe even a listing on your website? Why are you writing this down?
This is good stuff. Do you have any more?
Now working with the Century 21 agents. Century 21 agents pledge to develop a customized marketing plan to best sell your home. Only Century 21 agents offer the Century 21 service pledge to help reduce the stress of selling real estate. Century21.com. Real estate for your world.
The Century 21 pledge is offered by participating offices. Each office is independently owned and operated.
Recently, a leading consumer magazine did a report on retirement planning, and one of the things they recommend you do is to reshop your old life insurance policy and see if you can save serious money. Term Busters can help you reshop your old policy, particularly if you're 45 or older, in good health, and know the value of having $1 million or more in term life insurance coverage. Here's one example. A man age 45, non-tobacco user, issue preferred, $1 million of coverage is only $75 per month, level for the next 10 years. That's less than $3 a day for $1 million in term life insurance coverage. Call Term Busters now. 800-957-6066. Be on top of your financial game plan. Find out if you're paying too much for your existing term life insurance policy. 800-957-6066. 800-957-6066. 800-957-6066.
Traveler Baseball returns to the airwaves tomorrow night as the Travs and the Tulsa Drillers battle in Game 3 of this 4-game series. We'll have our first pitch at 7:10 and the ITT Tech pregame show at 6:50 on the Ticket Total Sports at 1380. Travelers Baseball brought to you by Miller Lite. Taste the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Grab an ice-cold, great-tasting Miller Lite this season at Ray Winder Field. Travs and Drillers each with no runs and 2 hits as we start off the top of the 3rd inning. Lights are taking their full effect as nightfall begins to set here in central Arkansas. Still a very comfortable night. And we're pretty much in the clear for the rest of the evening. Leading off is Adonis Harrison, the former Traveler, left-handed hitter. First pitch, he'll take it for a strike on the inside corner. And Harrison not a fan of the strike call by Toshi Uchikawa as Adonis almost got hit on his elbow. Adonis sort of juts out a little bit towards the plate when he steps towards the pitcher's mound. Here's the 0-1 from Woods, and a fastball fouled off. And high on the left side, it ends up out of play. Strike 2. Harrison only 2 for 22 to start the season. Was not playing every day until Jason Nick went down with a hamstring injury a few days ago. Giving Harrison the chance to start at second. Here's the 0-2, and a changeup is low and away, ball 1. Harrison has only struck out 1 time in 22 trips to the plate to start the year. Really kind of batter strikes out a lot. Has a very good eye at the home plate. An idea of his strike zone. Jake Woods winds and delivers. The 1-2 pitch is chopped towards the hole at second base. Casey Smith hustling out there into that hole, throws wild to first, and it pulls Kotchman off the bag, and Harrison is safe at first base. Tough play by Casey Smith, especially with Harrison burning down the first base line. Casey had to get rid of the ball quickly and did not set his feet. Kotchman was able to bring the ball in. His foot was pulled off the bag. No official call on that play yet. And now the call has been made. It's a base hit for Adonis Harrison. An infield single for the former Traveler. And now we're back to the top of the Drillers order. And Tony Miller, right-handed hitter, who singled in the first. McPherson, even with the bag at third base. Miller shows bunt and takes the pitch downstairs, ball 1. Certainly would expect a sacrifice bunt here from Miller. Especially the fact that he's only batting 188 with the ground ball pitcher who will get a double play now and then. Kotchman playing in front of Harrison at first base. He takes a short lead. The 1-0, and again squaring around. Miller takes it inside, ball 2. The Woods falls behind 2-0, and that sort of opens up the door for the Drillers to mess around a little bit with the Travelers. Will Miller square around? Will he slug bunt? What's going to happen here? Middle infielder still back to turn 2. McPherson even at third base. Woods is ready at the stretch. And the pitch. Miller swinging, and he cues it off the end of the bat. Foul down the first base line for the first strike of this at-bat. 2-1 count. Travelers nothing. Drillers nothing here in the top of the 3rd. Travs were winners yesterday, 7-3. Took a 2-0 lead in the 2nd inning. A 3-2 lead in the 4th. Drillers tied it in the 5th inning. Travs took it lead for good in the 7th inning. Toss on to first base to check on Harrison as he walks back in. This Drillers team does like to run. Leading the Texas League by stealing 23 bases. They've only been caught 4 times. They haven't run much against the Travelers. They've only attempted 3 steals in 5 games. Timeout called by Miller as we slow the pace down a little bit. 2 balls, 1 strike. Miller over the back behind his head as he watches Woods step to first and throw back and check on Harrison. Woods not showing his best move yet. Very much just trying to keep Harrison closer to the base, and Kotchman trying to confuse the runner by playing in front of him. Woods ready with a 2-1 count. Here's the pitch, and it's bunted. Foul on the first base side. So that'll be the second strike, and now we're trying to see Miller swing away. And McPherson now plays behind third base. Middle infielders again ready for 2. Woods leads in and gets the side. 2-2 count. And the pitch on the way. Fastball just below the knees. That didn't miss much. And the count 3-2 on Miller. Miller a strikeout victim quite a bit. He is with 22 times in only 14 games. A good chance for Woods to get that strikeout here. Full count. See if Harrison's running. He is, and the pitch is popped up, first base side, foul territory. Casey Kotchman drifting back. This will be a very tough play, and it's going to fall in between Smith, Gorneault, and Kotchman, all giving chase. The ball just not hit in the right spot for any of them, and be able to make a catch, no matter how hard they ran. So Harrison quickly back to first base. Again, he was running with that last pitch. The Drillers tried to stay out of a double play. Travelers turned 2 twin killings yesterday. One that ended the 8th inning, and the other one ended the 9th, and therefore ended the game. Miller stepping back to the plate. Again, the count 3-2. Nobody out on the top of the third. And Woods delivers. Harrison runs, and the pitch is fouled off the end of the bat once again. This time to right field and on top of the groundskeeper's shack. Speaking of groundskeepers, congratulations to Greg Johnston for being on the front page of the Democrat Gazette. We have ourselves a superstar groundskeeper here at Raywinder Field. And kudos to the field crew that were getting the field ready for yesterday's ball game, in which nobody really thought that he'd have a chance to play. Jake Woods throwing to first base, checking on Harrison again. So congratulations and a thank you to Greg Johnston, to George Reynolds, and to Reasonable Reggie, the #1 car detailer in all of the state of Arkansas. 3-2 pitch and another pop foul out of play. And also congratulations and a thank you to all of the interns, especially the 3 or 4 of them pictured in the newspaper 2 days ago, neck high in filthy brown water over by the highway. I'm sure their parents are very proud of them, knowing that they are spending their summers in dirty brown water. 3-2 pitch once again. Called strike 3 on a backdoor slider. Nice pitch by Jake Woods, and that was a tough out to get. Miller complaining with Uchikawa that his strike zone was a little too big, but that was just a gorgeous pitch by Jake Woods. He had his best fastball fouled off. And then he tries the backdoor slider and gets the call for his first strikeout of the game, and the 13th of the season for the Travs Southpaw. One away here in the top of the third inning. Still no score at Raywinder Field. Drillers shortstop Danny Sandoval at the plate. He had a sac bunt in the first, right-handed hitter. And Woods will check on Harrison once again with a throw over. You can see all of the grounds crew enjoying their few minutes of respite out by the groundskeeper's area. Sandoval fouls a pitch over the press box for a strike, and the count 0-1. Anytime you come to Raywinder Field, you'll see that grounds crew over just in front of the Travs bullpen in right field. Over by the asphalt area, there's a nice little bench with a table right over that way, right next to the tarp. The guys just kind of sit out there, hang out, and enjoy a little bit of time where they don't have to work, because those guys spend a lot of, in fact, most of their day cleaning up the ballpark, getting the field ready, so big thanks to them. 0-1 pitch to Sandoval, foul back, and now the count is 0-2. Sandoval, 196 batting average with 1 homer and 3 RBIs. A couple people were a little confused when they saw his last name, thought that he was Johnny Sandoval. He used to play shortstop for Shreveport back in their final season in the Texas League. But that was Johnny Sandoval, spelled J-H-O-N-N-Y, and this is Danny Sandoval. And no, they are not related. 0-2 pitch, outside, ball 1. Travelers no score, Drillers no score, here in the top of the 3rd inning. Infield will look turn 2 on Sandoval. Kotchman continues to hold Harrison at first base. McPherson plays back at 3rd. Outfield is straight away. Count 1 and 2. Woods delivers, and the pitch grounded towards 3rd and past the diving McPherson down the 3rd base line. Espedo hustling over the line, cuts it off. They'll fire to 3rd base, and into 3rd is Harrison. He is out at 3rd base. Harrison thrown out at 3rd base by Jason Espedo, and he's going to argue with the umpire Uchikawa, who hustled from home plate down to 3rd to make the call. And now Tom Runnels will take over that discussion, and Harrison walks pretty angrily into the 3rd base dugout. Runnels continues the argument at 3rd base. He's pretty convinced that Harrison beat the throw. Great job by Espedo hustling over to the line in left field to get to the baseball, and he fired a perfect strike. McPherson just got there in time to apply the tag. The out at 3rd will go 7-5. Credit Sandoval with a double. Call it a single for Danny Sandoval, and the official score Tim Cooper reserves time for changing his mind as well. They'll send Sandoval to second base on the throw, and again the out at 3rd recorded 7-5, 2 outs here in the 3rd. Runnels didn't get too heated during that discussion. Juan Pinella will take a backdoor breaking ball outside, ball 1. Harrison had plenty of time to get in there, but Espedo does have a very strong and accurate arm. 1 ball, no strikes, the count. Woods delivers the pitch in the dirt, and it's dug out by Mathis, 2-0. Pinella 0 for 1 here in the 3rd inning. He bats with Sandoval at second base, and Pinella ahead of the count, 2-0. Woods at the belt. He kicks and delivers a pitch. And a fly ball, shallow right field, going over to the line. Nick Gorneault, he's there. And he makes the catch. That'll end the 3rd inning. Good job by Woods getting out of this tight little jam. And there's a nice job by Espedo with the assist at 3rd base. That'll get us into the bottom of the 3rd. Still scoreless at Raywinder Field. Here on the ticket, Total Sports, 1380.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling, Miller Lite. Miller, good call.
Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Kotchman Chevrolet is driving down prices and payments. 04 Malibu, 0 down and just $198 a month. $35 a month puts you in the driver's seat of a brand new Chevy Silverado. Discounts up to $10,000, rebates up to $5,000, and financing as low as 0% at Kotchman Chevrolet in Jacksonville. Drive away in a Chevy Colorado for 0 down and only $198 a month. Trailblazer just $298 a month. Only at Kotchman Chevrolet in Jacksonville. An American Revolution. Restrictions may apply. See dealer for details.
Now that the baseball season is here again, moms everywhere begin scouting for a cool, delicious recipe that won't take extra innings to make, like Del Monte's Quick 3-Bean Salad. Simply combine a can of Del Monte cut green beans, a can of Del Monte waxed beans, a can of kidney beans, and a quarter cup of chopped red onions. Toss it together with some Italian oil and vinegar salad dressing, and you've got a quick score. Del Monte steps up to the plate with simple mealtime solutions that will have you saying, hey, I can do that.
Look for Del Monte vegetables at your local Harvest Foods. Harvest Foods, an Arkansas company serving Arkansans.
2.5 innings completed at Raywinder Field. Travelers and the Drillers still with no score. Here the bottom of the 3rd inning. And the bottom 3rd of the Travs order batting against Zach Parker. First up is Nick Gorneault. As the left-hander Parker's first pitch is fouled back off a fastball, count 0-1. Bill Elson here with you at the ballpark tonight. Always a pleasure to have you sitting beside us. Listening to another great game of Arkansas Traveler baseball. The 0-1 to Gorneault. High and tight on the fastball, 1-1. Gorneault yesterday 1 for 2 with an RBI. Also doubled and scored a run. Nick's starting to hit a little bit. Got the average up to 255. Those are 4 RBI. Breaking ball from Parker. Swung on and missed. And Gorneault was out in front. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Matt Parker with the 1-2 pitch, and that's downstairs, 2-2. Parker, I mentioned in 2002, led the South Atlantic League with 16 wins. However, he did allow the second most amount of runs. 2-2 pitch, a hard liner into right field. Nick Gorneault with a nice base hit to start the third inning on a 2-2 count. Beautiful swing by Nick going the opposite way with an off-speed pitch. For his second hit of the series, and it's the Travelers getting their leadoff man on base for the second time. Bring up Jason Espedo. Parker, I think as a Colorado Rockies farmhand, you just have to accept the fact that you're going to allow runs. Even when you get to the AAA level, because the ballpark they play in, Colorado Springs, it's a hitter's paradise. Pitch outside to Espedo to start off. Lefty on lefty here. Espedo also had 3 hits yesterday. A double, triple, and a run batted in. Batting .326, 2 homers, 9 RBI. Of course, Coors Field is the number 1 hitter's park in America. The 1-0, and Espedo takes it high and outside, ball 2. Plain fact of the matter when it comes to being a pitcher in Coors Field is just accept you're going to allow runs. Just focus on getting as many outs as possible. Low and outside to Espedo, 3-0 the count. Rockies have not really been able to produce many quality pitchers at the major league level from their farm system. However, recently they have been able to bring up Jason Jennings, who was a Rookie of the Year from 2 years ago. Sean Chacon, who was an All-Star last year. Chinwei Sao, who we saw pitch for Tulsa during last season, although he starts this year at AAA. Chinwei should be a future ace for Colorado. 3-0 the count on Espedo. We'll see if he has a green light. Pitch down the middle, and he takes it strike 1. Infield looking to turn 2. They've already turned 1 double play today, which ended the first inning. Gorneault taking a pretty short lead off of first. He's leaning towards second base. The pitch to Espedo, and he tips it back foul towards the screen, strike 2. That'll run the count full. We mentioned during a pregame show last week, Jason Espedo sometimes is forgotten about amongst the big-name prospects on this team, but Espedo is having himself a pretty nice start to the year. And he looks very agile in the outfield. Strong arm. He covers a lot of ground. Plus another left-handed bat with a little bit of power. Full count. Nobody out. The pitch on the way, and Espedo takes it outside, ball 4. A very close pitch, and I think Parker wanted to get that call. That'll move the runners up. There goes Gorneault to second base, and Espedo to first. Is Traveler's second baseman Casey Smith at the plate. The Travs with a chance to take the lead in the third inning. Brewers have a bit of a shift on Smith, positioning their center fielder, Tony Miller, about 15 steps towards right field. Left fielder Pinella in left center. That opens up a whole lot of room into the left field corner for Smith. First pitch on the way, and Casey shows bunt. He pops it up behind the plate, and it hits the screen. Strike 1. Oh, it may not matter how the outfield is positioned for Smith here in a sacrifice bunt situation. Casey usually very adept at dropping down that sack bunt. It could really help, especially the way the top of the order is hitting. If you get runners to second and third base and only 1 out, you'll at least be able to bring in 1 run. Kickoff play at second base. Gorneault diving back in, and he's safe. Parker a little bit slow on that kickoff move. As he leans in for the sign, Parker holds the baseball. With his bare hand, twirling it around behind his back, he gets the sign. Smith ready with an 0-1 count. Casey batting .243. The pitch is looped over third base down the left field line, a fair ball, and that'll score Nick Gorneault. Jason Espino will hold up at third. Into second, Casey Smith with an RBI double. Second double of the year for Casey Smith, his fourth RBI, and the Travelers lead 1-0. A case of a ball that wasn't smoked, but Casey put the ball exactly where he had a lot of room. Phillies outfield, as I mentioned, positioned for Casey to hit the ball the other way, but instead he hits a little duck snort over the third baseman. All right, so it's Espino at third base, Smith at second after the RBI double. And here's Alberto Callaspo batting right-handed. He'll take a pitch in the dirt, ball one. Still nobody out. And the Travs after the third inning, and a chance to make a real run at a rally here. On deck is Tommy Murphy, and then Kotchman and McPherson. Callaspo is 0 for 1 tonight, and he'll take another pitch downstairs, ball two. Phillies position their first baseman, Ryan Sheely, off the line and even with the bag. And forget about the positioning right now, because here comes Driller pitching coach Bo McLaughlin. McLaughlin has a very slow, steady jaunt. I wouldn't call it a jaunt. He saunters out to the pitcher's mound, where he meets with Parker, third baseman Corey Slavic, and the catcher Willie Morales. Drillers displaying their new road jerseys here in Little Rock, the first city that they are wearing the road jerseys in. Showing off the new color scheme of the Drillers, slate blue, graphite. And if you look inside the letters T-U-L-S-A, you see a color that I doubt you'll ever see on a professional sports uniform again, or ever before, and that's mint green. Rarely has a color in sports been named after chewing gum, but Tulsa has done it. Uniforms are colorful. That's a good way to put it. 2-0 count and Callaspo on the pitch on the way. He takes ball three high and outside. Well, Parker's still unable to find the strike zone even after McLaughlin came out and spoke with him. Infield's going to play back. They'll give up or out for a run. Parker's 3-0 way outside. Ball four. Load him up for Tommy Murphy. So Murphy gets a chance to break this game open with the bases loaded and nobody out. Travs are hitting .182 with the bases loaded. That's 1 for 11 to start the season. And again, nobody out. They're going to play for a double play here. Murphy batting right-handed. He singled in the first. Pitch one, curveball, inside and low, ball one. Well, Parker has missed with his last 5 pitches, and he's only been close on about one of them. He's pitching from the stretch. If Murphy takes a strike, and he'll take a strike on the inside corner. Parker gets a call on a breaking pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. At third base, Jason Espino. Casey Smith at second. Callaspo at first. 1-0 Travelers on a Smith RBI double. Here's Parker's 1-1. Fastball inside, 2-1. Parker pitching from behind of the count for the entire inning here. And that's going to come back to haunt him. The 2-1 pitch. Murphy swings, ground ball to the hole at shortstop, and through past Sandoval. That'll score Espino. Casey Smith rounds third. Here's the throw to the plate. He's safe. 3-0 Travelers. A 2-run single for Tommy Murphy. Still nobody out in the third inning, and Casey Kotchman coming up to the plate. Well, we're starting to see the wheels on the bus go round and round here in Little Rock. As Espino and Smith score on Murphy's single. Still no out. Credit Murphy with 2 hits, and now with 6 runs batted in. Callaspo able to move to second base. And Murphy at first, Kotchman batting. He hit into a double play in the first inning. And he'll take a pitch just inside at the knees, ball one. Kotchman, a .357 average coming into today's ball game. That ranks him 5th in the Texas League. 20 base hits. He ranks 4th in the league with 20 hits. The 1-0 way inside, and it hit Casey on his wrist. That right wrist is the one that was injured 2 years ago and kept him out of most of the season against Cedar Rapids. The hit batsman loading the bases, and it looks like Casey's all right as he slowly walks down towards first. And it's that right wrist that he had some trouble with in previous seasons. So hopefully that wrist is okay. I'd like to have Casey here for as long as possible before he has to even take a sit on the disabled list. He still hasn't played a full year. So McPherson with a chance to do some serious damage now. Bases juiced, no outs. Dallas singled in the second inning. Kotchman staying at first base with a lead. Murphy at second, Callaspo at third, and the pitch is swung on and missed. McPherson chasing a breaking pitch that was outside. Count 0-1. Mack has knocked in 6 runs. Didn't collect an RBI yesterday. 6 hits over the homestand. The 0-1, a hard line drive, base hit into right field. Callaspo scores. Murphy holds up at third base as the throw comes from the outfield. And that's the 7th consecutive batter to reach base starting the third inning. Travs are rallying, and they're rallying hard. Second hit for McPherson. That's his 7th RBI of the year. And the Driller's going to have to get a pitcher warming up in the bullpen. He'll get a right-hander starting to loosen up. So they're still loaded up for Jeff Mathis. He's the 8th batter to come to the plate. 4 base hits, 2 walks, and a hit batsman here in the third. 4-0 Travelers. Set position by Parker as he is reeling. And Mathis swings a high fly deep left field. That one is back at the fence, and it is caught. Tagging at third base, Murphy. He'll score. Into third is Kotchman. He is safe. It's 5-0 Arkansas. Oh, Mathis came about a half a foot away from a grand slam in this ballpark. Would have exploded. Caught at the warning track. In fact, right with his back against the fence. Canella brought it in. But still, Mathis able to drive in a run, his 8th RBI of the season. And heads-up base running by Casey Kotchman advancing to third base. McPherson had to stay put at first. So Mike Elward is due up now. Man, Parker lucky to get that first out. Elward ended the second inning by grounding out to shortstop, and the infielder looked at turn 2. First pitch is changeup downstairs, ball 1. Right-hander again warming up for the Drillers in the left field bullpen. And that right-hander is Travis Anderson. 5-0 Travs here in the third. Is this rally finished? Hopefully not. 1-0, a high fly ball deep right field. That one back and off the fence. Here comes Kotchman to score. McPherson on to third. Elward diving into second base. He's out on a throw from the second baseman. Nice play by Roseman in right field to play the ball off the wall. And he gets Elward at second base. He's erased on the bases for the 3rd time this year. But he is able to knock in another run. Kotchman scoring the 6th run of the inning. And that's going to be it, mercifully, for Zach Parker. He is taken out. Credit Elward with a single. Thrown out again at second base. The play goes 9-4-6. That's 9 batters to the plate in the third inning. And Zach Parker is knocked out of the ball game. Anderson comes in to replace him, and he will take a 60-second pitching change break. First, a reminder, that's for the best in Major League Baseball action. Tune in nightly to Fox Sports Net on Comcast. Not only does Fox Sports Southwest bring you the best big league matchups, we bring you the latest highlights and home team coverage on the Southwest Regional Sports Report nightly at 10 o'clock. Comcast and Fox Sports Net, the number 1 place for college baseball and Major League coverage. Check your local listing for Fox Sports Southwest. 6-0 Travelers here in the third inning. See if they can continue this rally after this 60-second break on the ticket. Total Sports 1380.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try to like beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less selling Miller Lite. Miller. Good call.
Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Of all the days of the week, it seems that Mondays are everybody's least favorite day. Well, the Travs and the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette have a reason for baseball fans to look forward to Mondays. That's because Mondays are Democrat-Gazette family night here at the ballpark. You just pick up a copy of Monday's Democrat-Gazette, and you'll find a discount family ticket right there in the sports section. That's right. It's a coupon that admits the whole family for just $2 a person. Hey, Mondays don't sound so bad.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball on the ticket. Total Sports 1380. KDXE, North Little Rock.
A 6-run rally in the bottom of the third for the Arkansas Travelers. It all started with a leadoff single by Nick Gorneault. Jack Parker then walked Jason Espino, and Casey Smith put the Travelers ahead 1-0 with a double down the left field line. Alberto Callaspo then walked to load the bases for Tommy Murphy, who singled to the hole at shortstop, scoring 2 runs. Casey Kotchman hit by a pitch, loading him up for Dallas McPherson. He singled into right field, bringing another run home. Jeff Mathis almost hit a grand slam deep to left field. Ball caught at the wall. Shot fly scored Murphy. Mike Elward singled off the right field fence to score Kotchman. Elward thrown out at second base trying to stretch it into a double. That knocks Jack Parker out of the ball game. This is where we stand now. New Parker is Travis Anderson. New pitcher is Travis Anderson. He is not a Parker. Nick Gorneault gets his second at-bat of the inning. And a curve ball from Anderson. Check swing. He didn't go around. Ball 1. Anderson, a 6'4" right-hander out of Bellevue, Washington. This is his third appearance this year. No wins and a loss. 1 unearned run allowed in 4 innings. Curve ball to Gorneault. He swings and misses. Strike 1. So here in the third inning, the Travelers scoring 6 runs on 5 base hits, 2 walks, and a hit batsman, 1 sac fly. And really only 1 batter has been retired. The pitch, a swing and a miss on another breaking ball. Gorneault a little fooled on it. But they had trouble with the breaking ball to start this third inning, and then with a nice 2-strike approach, stroked a single the opposite way. And the only batter that has been recorded out here in the third inning was Mathis on the sac fly. 1-2. Slider outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Nick. And I'd still say that Mathis got the best of Parker on that deep fly ball. Boy, if the ball only carried to left field, that one would have hit the scoreboard. It only carries to right here in Little Rock. The 2-2 is inside, running it full once again. Line on Parker is fairly ugly. 6 runs all earned in 2 2/3 innings on 7 hits. And Parker's still responsible for McPherson, who comes down the 5th line in foul territory. Payoff pitch to Gorneault, swung on and tipped back towards the screen. He'll stay alive. When we get to the top of the 4th inning, we'll check out the scoreboard across the Texas League in the majors on the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard. We're looking to see what's going on in Frisco. Gorneault, a high fly ball, deep center field. That one way back, and it is gone. A line drive, home run off the bat of Nick Gorneault, and this rally continues. In the 3rd inning. And Gorneault with 2 hits in the inning, his 2nd home run. What a shot, dead center field. That ball still rising as it got over the fence. 2nd homer of the homestand for Gorneault, both of them to dead center field. My goodness. Well, close the book on Parker. 7 runs, all earned in 2 2/3. And Jason Espino at the plate takes high for a ball, 1-0. Boy, Nick Gorneault has some kind of two-strike approach. A single and a homer, all with 2 strikes here in the 3rd inning. Pitch outside to Espino. He's the 11th batter of the inning. Espino walked and scored earlier in the frame, and he swings and drives it deep to right field. That one is back, and it is on the interstate. Oh, man! Home run number 3 for Espino. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 runs here in the 3rd. Back-to-back jacks by Gorneault and Espino. Both of them absolutely crushed. Oh, the Midland Rockhounds put up a 9 spot yesterday in the 3rd inning at the Dell Diamond. And the Trabs do it at Raywinder Field today. Already 9 runs on 9 hits. Casey Smith takes a pitch downstairs for a ball. He's the 12th batter here in the inning. And again, just one batter has been retired. There's 2 outs, but one of those outs was on a runner trying to stretch a single into a double. Smith takes it downstairs, ball 2. 7 base hits, 2 walks, and a hit batsman here in the 3rd inning. Back-to-back homers. Smith, a ground ball up the middle and into center field. Base hit. This is something else. That's 8 hits in the inning. 9 runs have scored. Smith is 2 for 2 in the inning. Gorneault is 2 for 2 here in the 3rd. Espino has walked and homered. Let's see what Callaspo can do in his second trip to the plate. Callaspo gets his first chance to hit left-handed, and he'll take a curve for a strike on the outside corner. Alberto walked in the 3rd inning here on 4 pitches to load the bases for Murphy, who then singled to drive in 2 runs. Anderson getting batted around like a rag doll. The 0-1, and a weak grounder to the second baseman Harrison. He'll gobble it up and throw to first base, and the inning is over. But what an inning for the Arkansas Travelers. Get up. The folks here at Raywinder Field are on their feet. 9 runs, 8 hits, 1 runner left. Going into the 4th, the Travs are up 9-0 on the Drillers here on the Cricket Total Sports 1380.
Pig and Chick is the Great American Barbecue House, featuring rib dinners, barbecue sandwiches, gourmet sandwiches, catfish, burgers, choice steaks, country fried steak, chicken, and more. Your whole family will enjoy Pig and Chick. There's a kids menu for the little one, and now for those watching those carbs, Pig and Chick features a low-carb menu with the same great taste Pig and Chick is famous for. Dine in or carry out. For large groups and parties, Pig and Chick caters too. Pig and Chick, 7824 Highway 107 in Sherwood. Open 10:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Saturday.
Looking for the perfect snack to go on with a game? Pick up America's #1 food craving and hit a home run with your family. With more than 300 varieties of cheese made right here in America, there are endless ways to cave to the crave. Stop by your local grocer for ideas on how to create mouth-watering appetizers that the entire family's going to love. Cheese is the perfect snack to accompany any game, and you'll be a winner with your family. The power of cheese.
Get out today and hit the links. Stone Lake. Stone Lake's golf course is rated as one of the best public courses in the state. Sporting beautiful bent grass greens, plus lush fairways and tees. Stone Lake has matured over the past 3 years into a true test of golf. Stone Lake features reasonable green speed and 18 lake-style holes located 1 mile off I-440 on Faulkner Lake Road. Call 945-0945 for Stone Lake or visit online at stonelakes.net.
Welcome back to Little Rock here at Raywinder Field, where the Travelers' bats have gone crazy. 9 runs on 10 hits after 3 innings of play. They're up on the Drillers 9-0. And now Jake Woods can relax and just throw some strikes as he faces the number 4 hitter of the Drillers, Ryan Sheely. First pitch is fouled off the right side for a strike. Let's recap, if we have the chance here, and I think we do, this tremendous third inning in which the Travelers scored 9 runs, sent 13 batters to the plate, 8 hits, 2 homers. They're back-to-back shots, no less, as Sheely takes a pitch downstairs, ball 1. 2 walks and a hit batsman. Every Traveler that came to the plate did at least something productive in the third inning, whether it was a sacrifice fly or a walk or scoring a run or even knocking a run in and then getting thrown out at second as a pitch inside to Sheely, 2-1. Sheely grounded out in the first inning. Here's the 2-1 pitch, and he fouls it back to the screen, 2-2. Well, usually by this time, by the end of the ball game is when you look at the Travs scorebook and say, well, let's see, everybody contributed somehow, either with a base hit or a run scored or a walk. Folks, everybody's already done something. 2-2 pitch. Sheely takes it outside. Count runs full, 3-2. Not only has everybody already done something, but they all did it in the third inning. Let's just bottle up that energy. 3-2 count. And the pitch from Woods is hit in the air, dead center field. That one's hit a ton. Back to the wall, Murphy. He leaps it off his glove, off the fence as well. Into second base is Sheely with a leadoff double. It didn't even look like Sheely got everything he could into that drive to center field. Might have got it off the end of the bat. Either way, he's now riding a 9-game hitting streak. Well, we have a chance now. Let's get to the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard, checking around the Texas League and the majors. And let's see all the games are in progress right now. Frisco and Wichita played 1 inning. They're scoreless in the second. El Paso, on the strength of a 3-run rally in the second inning, they lead the Mission 3-0 in San Antonio. Pitch low downstairs to Sean Garrett, who's at the plate with Sheely at second base. Nobody out. And a 9-0 Travs lead in the 4th inning. Round Rock and Midland, no score at the Del Diamond to the top of the 4th inning. Round Rock dropping 2 of their last 3 games. They'd only lost 2 games in a row to start the year, then went on a 10-game winning streak. A strike to Garrett at the knees, the count 1-1. Sheely at second base, no outs, 1-1 to Garrett, a right-hander who bounced out to the mound of the second inning. And Woods' breaking pitch inside, 2-1. Out of the Major League scoreboard, where we have 1 final to report out of Wrigley Field, the Cubs over the Mets, 3-1. Greg Mathis picking up his first win of the season. 2-1 pitch, outside, ball 3. And it looked like a typical Greg Maddux ball game. If you're talking Greg Maddux from 2 years ago or 3 years ago. 7 innings, 7 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, and 8 strikeouts. Borowski pitched the ninth for his 3rd save. The 3-1, swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch. Now the count's full. Cubs got a homer from Todd Walker and Moises Alou, who now has 7 home runs on the season. Mets out-hit the Cubs 8-4. Strong performance by Jay Chow, but he did allow the 2 homers and drops to 0-3. Mets are 7-10. The Cubs 10-6. Foul ball off the end of the bat by Garrett, slapped over to the Travs dugout, and it's 3-2. All the other games are either delayed or in progress, or they start later on. At Pittsburgh, the Reds have the lead over the Pirates 5-4. Adam Dunn with his 8th home run of the year. 6-0 Braves lead the Marlins in the bottom of the 6th inning. Former Traveler J.D. Drew returning to the lineup with his 2nd home run. Garrett swings and tips the slider off the catcher's mitt. Still a full count. Josh Beckett getting batted around in that ball game. 6 runs in 5 innings and 5 shutout innings for Russ Ortiz. Philadelphia 5, Montreal 1 at the bottom of the 5th. That's the home opener for the Montreal Expos. Tells you something about the state of baseball in Montreal when they actually had their real home opener in San Juan, and now open their first game of the season at their real home. A line drive and a leaping catch by Smith at second base. They double Sheely off at second. Oh boy, nothing going right for the Drillers tonight. Garrett hits the ball hard, but Casey Smith climbs the ladder, comes down with the ball, and flips to Callaspo for the double play. Nothing Sealy could do about that. Not one bit. 2 outs, base is empty, and Mike Roseman hitting. Cardinals and the Brewers tied at 1, top of the 4th. As the pitch is grounded up the middle and a base hit for Roseman. He's now 2 for 2. Very first pitch he saw almost ricocheted off Jake's foot. Base hit number 6 for the Drillers. They're certainly making solid contact against Jake Woods, but the Travs do lead 9-zip. Bottom 1 at Colorado, and Houston ahead of the Rockies 3-0. 2-run single from Mike Lamb and an RBI hit for Jeff Bagwell. Swing and a miss by Morales on a breaking ball from Jake Woods, the count 0-1. Later tonight in the National League, the Padres and the Diamondbacks. In Arizona, Casey Gable, the former Diablo, starting on the mound for the D-backs. Brett Tomko and Oliver Perez duke it out as the Dodgers host the Giants later tonight at Dodger Stadium. Swing and a miss on a ball in the dirt. On to second base goes Roseman. Mathis' throw almost got into center field, but Smith able to show off those hops once again, climb the ladder and bring it in. Call it a pass ball on the catcher, Jeff Mathis. For the count 0-2 to Willie Morales. Grounded out in the second inning. Timeout call quickly here. We'll get to the American League scoreboard in the bottom of the 4th. Woods pulls the slab. Aims in. He's allowed 2 hits here in the 4th inning, but he's recorded a double play. The pitch in the dirt, and now Mathis able to smother that one. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Morales. Willie Morales, guy's been around for a while. Originally a 14th round pick by Oakland in the 93 draft. Since then, he spent time with the Orioles, the Rockies, the Diamondbacks, the Cardinals, and now the Rockies again. It's his second go-around with Colorado. The 1-2 swung on, hit high in the air, left field, back going Esposito. He has room in front of the warning track by 10 feet. Jason reaches up, makes the catch, and this inning is over. So Woods pitches around a couple of base hits. He strands a runner at second base. Bottom of the 4th coming up here in Little Rock. The Travelers 9 and the Drillers nothing on the ticket. Total Sports 1380.
Meet Bob, the carpenter. He's smart, he's a pro, and he wants the best for his family. What does he do? Join the union. Bob knows that a union carpenter maximizes his earning power, gets family insurance, and a pension plan he can count on. Plus, a union carpenter has access to union training, learning new skills, and advancing his career. Carpenters, pile drivers, floor layers, and millwrights. Join now and start enjoying the benefits. Call the Arkansas Regional Council of Carpenters at 501-568-2500 for more information.
What's up, Sprite Remix drinkers? Jermaine the Trick, and I'm bringing you that remix, man. Down south flavor. Taste this.
I like that taste, but Swiss Pizza's gonna give y'all a different flavor. East Coast now, check it out. Sprite Remix, they're doing it again with brand new Sprite Remix Very Clear. Out with tropical flavor, in with the crisp taste of berry. New Sprite Remix Very Clear. Rethink, remix, refresh.
The Jim Elder Good Sport Fund is proud to bring Kids Clinic back to Raylander Field. The first clinic is Sunday, April 25th at 12:45, and all kids are invited. Learn hitting, fielding, throwing, and base running from the pros. Jim Elder was the Travs broadcaster for more than 30 years, and his memory lives on with the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund. Additional clinics are planned for June 6th and August 29th. So don't miss the first one on Sunday, April 25th at 12:45 at Raylander Field. The Jim Elder Good Sport Fund is the official charity of the Travelers.
YMCA dancing out here in Little Rock on a steamy Friday night at Raylander Field. Magnetic Schedule Night, presented by Coca-Cola. First 5,000 fans in attendance getting the Travs Magnetic Schedule. Compliments of Coca-Cola, and after the ball game, kids will run the bases and receive a free gift courtesy of Gator Park. It's the same promotions tomorrow night at Ravender Field with a 7:10 first pitch. The gates will open at 6:10, and we'll have our ITT Tech pregame show at 6:50 on the ticket. Total Sports 1380. 9-0 Travs leading here in the fourth inning. Tommy Murphy stepping to the plate, and he stroked a foul ball in the first pitch for a strike. Travis Anderson back on the mound. He's already allowed 2 runs, both on homers. Nick Gorneault and Jason Esposito going back-to-back in the third inning, capping the 9-run rally. Murphy knocked in 2 runs with a third-inning single, and he'll have a little looper over shortstop, and it's down for a base hit. Third hit for Murphy in this ball game. Each of them singles out to left field. That one hit probably the weakest of his 3 hits. Base hit number 11 for the Arkansas Travelers in their 4th against Anderson, who came on in the third inning, replacing the starter Zach Parker, who allowed 7 of the Travs' 9 runs. Here's Casey Kotchman, who was hit into a double play and been hit by a pitch. Let's take a pitch outside for a ball. As Thomas running down the American League scoreboard on the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard. Yankees and Red Sox renewing their rivalry again. And Kotchman hammers one deep right field. Oh, boy, that is gone. Kotchman makes it 3 homers here in the game for the Travs, and it's 11-0. Another line drive that was rising as it went over the fence. And it hit the very top of the chain link in the right field corner, and Casey Kotchman brings the fans to their feet again. 11-0. Casey Kotchman with his 3rd home run of this homestand and of the season. And Travis Anderson is being taken deep. Here's Dallas McPherson. He'll take a pitch high and inside, and Dallas gives him a stern, cold look. As if Anderson trying to regain that inner portion of the plate, but I don't think there's much he can do right now. And McPherson takes a pitch inside, ball 2. Anderson is faced, let's see here, 6 batters. He's allowed 5 hits, 3 homers, and 2 singles. Only man he got out, Callaspo, on the ground out that end of the 3rd. McPherson pops the pitch towards third base in foul territory. Over towards where Ty Boykin was standing, Corey Slavic makes the catch for the out, and there's 1 away. So McPherson now 2 for 3. Here comes Mathis to the plate as we are seeing some kind of power display put on by the Travelers tonight. Nick Gorneault with a home run to dead center field in the 3rd inning. Esposito followed one with a homer onto the interstate. And Kotchman goes yard as well here in the 4th. Mathis takes one high and inside as Anderson continues to pitch inside. 1-0. Let's get to that scoreboard as promised. Red Sox all over the Yankees in the Bronx right now. 7-0. Kevin Millar, Bill Miller, and Mark Bellhorn have hit home runs. The 1-0. And Mathis pops it out of play. Mathis almost hit the first homer. Bases loaded in the 3rd inning. He hit a ball to the fence in left field. It was caught for a sac fly. I mentioned Bellhorn hit a home run for the Red Sox. Travis Anderson was traded with Mark Bellhorn over to the Rockies in 2002 for Jose Hernandez, back when Anderson was a Cubs farmhand. Mathis swings and misses on a high fastball, and the count is 1-2. With Bellhorn these days with the Red Sox, Anderson has stayed with the Rockies. Against 7-0 Boston over the Yankees in the top of the 7th inning. The 1-2 pitch to Mathis, a breaking ball that didn't break. It's high and inside, 2-2. Detroit rallied for 11 runs in the 6th inning against Cleveland. And the Tigers lead the Indians 15-3 in the 6th. Eric Munson with the only homer of the game for the Tigers, his 3rd. The 2-2 inside. Run of the count full. Yeah, I'll repeat that. The Travs have rallied for 9 runs in the 3rd inning today, but the Tigers did them 2 better, rallying for 6 runs. 11 runs in the 6th. 3-2 pitch from Anderson. Mathis swings and stays alive. He tips it back into the screen. An 11-run rally must last about 30 minutes. a couple of those runs came on bases loaded walks. Brandon Inge hit a grand slam. His second homer of the year. A pitch outside to Mathis, and he'll take his base. Another traveler to reach his base here. 3 out of the 4 batters Anderson has faced in this inning have made it on. Kotchman with a 2-run homer. And now Mathis takes the walk. Here's Mike Elward. Let's get back to those scores here after the Tigers, we mentioned 15-3 leading Cleveland. Toronto trailing Baltimore 3-2 in the top of the 4th. There's a pitch inside to Elward, who singled off the right field fence in the 3rd inning, then was out at second trying to stretch the hit into a double. Mike also bounced out in the 2nd inning. 11-0 lead for the Travs here in the 4th inning. And the pitch to Elward hit high in the air to left field. Pretty shallow. Canella coming in a few steps, and he will make the catch. For the second out, back to first goes Mathis. Rain delay in Texas. Right now it's 4-2. The Rangers lead Seattle in the 4th inning, but again they are delayed with rain coming through the area. It looks like they may even be delayed in Frisco right now, as there's a big line of storms coming through the Dallas Metroplex. In fact, it looks like they are going to be getting slammed with some heavy thunderstorms later on in the evening. Pitch inside to Nick Gorneault, who in the 3rd inning singled and homered. A 2-run homer, scored a couple of runs. And Gorneault to the plate here, 2 outs, runner at first. The pitch breaking for a strike, and it's 1-1. D-Rays lead the White Sox 2-1 in Chicago. Frank Thomas has hit his 2nd home run. Gorneault is swinging a miss on a slider. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Kansas City 4-1 leading against Minnesota in the bottom of the 4th. Carlos Beltran with a bases clearing double. 3 RBI. Gorneault fights a fastball off and pops it out of play. Kevin Apier only lasted 1 inning for the Royals. No reports of if he left the ball game because of some discomfort, I should say. Jimmy Gobble, former Wrangler, is on in relief. The 1-2 to Gorneault, pop up on the infield. Now behind second base, Adonis Harrison finds the ball in the night sky and makes the catch that'll end the Travs' 4th inning. But a 2-run homer by Casey Kotchman has takes the Travs to an 11-0 lead as we move into the 5th inning on the ticket. Total Sports 1380.
Top Shoes has the largest selection and the lowest prices on shoes and boots for the entire family. Choose from a large selection. Rocky, Red Wing, Justin, Wolverine, Chippewa, and Carolina. Hunting boots, hiking boots, work boots, steel toes, metatarsal guards, linesman, electrical hazard, ESC, and uniform boots. Boots with Thinsulate, Gore-Tex, and Cross-Deck Blood and chemical-resistant boots. At Top Shoes, we have your boots. Join our Top Shoes Tip-Top Shoppers Club and receive free shoes. AgPro knows you're patient. You've had your eye on a certain green and yellow tractor for some time now. But here's a thought. Visit your local John Deere dealer for an innocent test drive. Sit in that yellow seat and feel that rugged quality. Then run the numbers. You may find you've underrated the value of a John Deere and overrated the value of patience. After all, nothing runs like a Deere. Test drive the John Deere of your choice today at AgPro Central Arkansas, 10504 Maumelle Boulevard, North Little Rock.
Fire and desire, a McPherson and McIntyre. I got the temper, the originality, still with fire. I like the taste of Dr. Pepper, the taste of originality, the roots and the sensuality, and it's wonderful personality. What you do, nothing better, Dr. Pepper.
Here's Jake Woods, and the Travs can hold on to an 11-0 lead as we get to the top of the fifth at Raywinder Field. Travelers, all right, you don't want to look ahead too much and say they put the game away in the third inning, but hey, it's tough to come back for an 11-run deficit. Corey Slavic leads off the fifth and hits a high fly on the first pitch to right field. Back to the wall, Nick Gorneault, and he'll have room to make the catch for the out, one away. That one hit to the track, and Slavic 0 for 2. Travs rallied for 9 runs in the third inning, sending 13 batters to the plate. Homers by Nick Gorneault and Jason Espino going back-to-back. Casey Kotchman a 2-run shot in the fourth. The Travs with 11 runs on 12 base hits. The Drillers shut out through 4 innings on 6 hits. Adonis Harrison to the plate. He singled in the third, and he'll take a pitch inside for a ball. So we didn't get through our Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard. There's one other game to let you know about later tonight in the American League. The Trav affiliate Angels taking on the A's and Barry Zito at Network Associates Coliseum. A strike to Harrison, who was thrown out at third base in the top of the third inning, trying to advance on a single. The 1-1, high and away, ball 2. And yes, it is a rain delay right now in Frisco with that heavy line of thunderstorms coming through the DFW area. A strike to Harrison at the knees, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two count. Jake Woods winds and delivers. And the pitch grounded over the mound toward shortstop, charging Callaspo. Nice play on the grass, and he fires the first for out number 2. So we'd like to welcome and make it a nice, hearty Little Rock welcome to the Texas League to Gary Hogan Jr. Gary Hogan Jr., yes, the name is familiar because, of course, he was the standout pitcher for the Razorbacks a couple of years ago. He's in the Texas Rangers farm system, and Tony Miller takes a pitch inside for a ball. Gary Hogan Jr. is now on the roster of the Frisco Rough Riders in the bullpen, in fact. As Miller sends a liner up the middle into center field for his second base hit of the game. And Gary made his Texas League debut yesterday, pitching 3 shutout innings for the Frisco Rough Riders in the 7-4 loss against Wichita. And we'll hope that Gary sticks in the Texas League at least into May when the Travs and the Rough Riders lock horns on the 18th of May. I'd like to see him here in Raywinder Field. A pitch in the dirt and blocked by Mathis, but it ricochets off of his catcher's mask. And over to the Travs dugout. Into second is Miller on the wild pitch. The count is 1-0 to Danny Sandoval, who has had a sacrifice bunt and a single today. Travelers 11, Drillers nothing. Top of the fifth. Travs out hitting the Drillers only by 5. They've had big hits. The Sandoval chops one down the third baseline, a fair ball into the outfield. Miller will score the Drillers' first run. On to second base goes Sandoval. The throw comes in late. An RBI double for Danny Sandoval, and the Drillers get on the scoreboard. His second hit of the game. It's now 11-1. I only sound a little bit surprised that Gary Hogan Jr. is in the Texas League because it's his third professional season, and he's pretty much skipped over the California League. If I understand correctly, Hogan had been pitching at extended spring training to start the year. The Rangers wanted to send him back to Clinton in the Midwest League, where he went 6-5, splitting time between the bullpen and the rotation last year. First pitch to Juan Pinella from Woods is inside ball 1. Pinella 0 for 2. Fielder's choice and a flyout. And Hogan elected instead to stay at extended spring training and take his chances. Then an injury in Frisco opened up a door in the bullpen, and now Hogan pitching for the Riders. Grounder over the mound toward shortstop. Callaspo has it left to second base, and he ends the inning by firing to third base. So the Drillers get on the scoreboard here in the fifth with a run on 2 hits, 1 man left on. And we're going to go into the bottom of the fifth inning. The Travs lead 11-1 over Tulsa here on the ticket. Total Sports 1380.
Faucets leaking, termites feasting, listen, tackle, paints and spackle, tubs, jacuzzis, tapes and movies, everything from A to Z. Solid lumber, tons of plumbers, elevators, coffee makers, radiators, party favors. Take a look and you'll see. Not the other book.
When it comes to making their buying decisions, people today let their fingers do the walking through Yellow Book Yellow Pages. It's no wonder. Yellow Book's packed with money-saving coupons, restaurant menus, and vital community info. And with more ads than ever before, it has everything you need right at your fingertips. It's easy to spot. Just reach for the yellow directory with the map on the cover and join the smart shoppers who choose Yellow Book, not the other book. Put your business in Yellow Book. Call 1-800-YB-YELLOW.
Not the other book.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Travs baseball moves into the bottom of the fifth inning at Ray Winder Field. It's an 11-1 lead for the boys from Little Rock. Bill Elson here with you on an impressive night at Ray Winder Field. The Travelers have backed 3 homers. Second of them came off the bat of Jason Espedo, and he leads off with a big swing and a foul back here in the fifth. Espedo gets his first trip to the plate that wasn't in the third inning today. He was the second batter to come to the plate in the third, took a walk later, scored on Murphy's 2-run single. Espedo taking the pitch low, 1-1. Espedo came to the plate later on in the third inning, about 15 minutes later. After Gorneault's prodigious 2-run homer to center field, and Jason takes one inside, 2-1. And Espedo followed with a long home run deep to right onto the interstate, his third homer of the season, all of them against the Tulsa Drillers. The 2-1 pitch, outside, 3 balls and a strike. After Espedo, Casey Smith, and then Alberto Callaspo. Well, already the Travs have topped their own mark for runs in a ball game. Espedo, a hard liner to right field, a base hit, even with the Drillers positioning 3 infielders on the right side of the infield. Espedo able to rip one through for his second hit of the game. And for Espedo, his 5th base hit of the series, the Travs' 12th of the ball game. Here comes Casey Smith, who doubled the run home in the third inning. Matter of fact, he knocked in the first run of the game for the Travelers with a double down the left field line. Later in the third inning, he also singled. So Smith 2 for 2 in the third inning. First pitch from Anderson is low and outside for a ball. Anderson absorbing already 5 base hits over an inning and a third. The 1-0 inside. 2 balls, no strikes to Smith. Well, actually, what Anderson is doing, this is a very important role for a pitcher because even if he's getting smacked around, they need to pitch innings. Still got to play 9 innings. There's no mercy rule. Pop up out of play on the right side. Smith with a 2-1 count. Well, really, the job for Anderson is to throw as many innings as he possibly can, and I don't really even think it matters how many runs he gives up now. Steelers did have a reliever loosening up when it looked like Anderson wasn't even going to be able to get anybody out in the fourth, but he did retire 3 of his final 4 batters he faced. Pitch down and away to Casey Smith. 3 balls and a strike to the Travs second baseman here in the bottom of the fifth. Nobody out. Espedo at first base, and nobody holds him on. And the 3-1 pitch. Smith swings and a line drive. Deep left center field. Back is Finella. This one is over his head. And it'll be extra bases for Casey Smith. Stopping at third is Espedo. Smith into second with a double. And Casey Smith is 3 for 3. Base hit number 14 for the Travelers. And boy, folks, you can really tell when a batter hits a ball squarely. I mean, 100% sweet spot of the bat in the sweet spot of the ball, because it's one of those shots that just seems to keep rising and rising as it gets under the outfield. All three of the Travs homers have been hit like that, and Casey Smith's double right here was also hit a rising line drive. Back to the top of the Travs order, Alberto Callaspo is the batter, and a pitch thrown almost towards him. It gets behind the catcher. Espedo is holding at third base as the Travs elect not to pour it on the Drillers. And it would be an easy chance for him to score from third, but Ty Boykin is going to hold back on Tulsa. And there's really no reason to continue circling the bases and show up Tulsa. And still have to give maximum effort. You're not going to see runners not score on a base hit to the outfield. And they're probably not going to be taking many extra bases for the rest of the game. The 1-0, and Callaspo swings a line drive right field over to the gap. Roseman, he can't catch it. He dropped the ball. Nothing going right for the Drillers. Espedo scores into second, Callaspo, and it's 12-1. Boy, Callaspo with a sharp liner to right center field, and Roseman was there to make the catch. He reached out with his glove and just flat missed it. Charge in error to the right fielder, Callaspo. It is not a base hit for Callaspo. Instead, it's going to be a sacrifice fly and a run batted in. So you do credit Callaspo with his 5th RBI of the season. An outstanding hustle getting into second base. So an error on the right fielder and a sac fly awarded. Espedo on to score on to third base, Casey Smith. And here comes Bo McLaughlin out from the dugout to talk with Anderson. Anderson has already allowed 5 runs. And the fans respond to the fanometer out on the scoreboard once again. You can tell how much confidence the Travelers have in their offense right now, because Jake Woods is walking out to the bullpen in right field as the Travs starting pitcher is going to keep his arm loose. This actually is the second time that Woods is having to jump out of the dugout and start to keep his arm loose when the Travs sent 13 batters to the plate in inning number 3. They also had to jump out and throw a couple warm-up pitches. Well, there's still nobody out in the 5th inning. Travs runners at second and third base with Tommy Murphy looking for his 4th hit of the game. He's batting left-handed. They'll take a pitch to the dirt, and it's blocked by Morales. 1 ball, no strike. Nobody warming up in the Drillers bullpen. I wonder what McLaughlin said to Anderson on the pitcher's mound. What can you say? The 1-0. And that gets behind the catcher, and Morales didn't even come close to catching it. But the runners still hold their spot. Either Anderson and Morales are not communicating right. It looked like Morales was ready to catch a curveball, and instead it was a fastball that went whizzing by his left elbow. 2-0 on Murphy, who has collected singles in the 1st, 3rd, and 4th innings. 2 RBIs. The 2-0 pitch, and he fouls it into the screen behind home plate. 2 balls, 1 strike to Tommy Murphy. 12 runs on 14 base hits for the Arkansas Travelers. They had scored no runs on 2 hits in the first 2 innings of the ball game. Pretty much all the offense has come since the 3rd inning. The 2-1 pitch, Murphy hits it back to the mound, played by Anderson. He's going to throw to third base, diving back into third safely is Casey Smith. Casey Smith about 10 feet down the third base line. He hustled back into third quickly and beat the throw. That won't be a base hit for Tommy Murphy. Instead, it's a fielder's choice. But at this point, Anderson just needs to get as many outs as he possibly can. Just get through the game if he possibly can. It doesn't get any easier for him. Casey Kotchman to the plate. The bases are loaded and still nobody out. Casey swings and hits a high drive foul to right field. Strike one. Casey Kotchman bounced into a double play in the first inning. He was hit by a pitch in the third and later scored on a single by Mike Elward. And Kotchman hit a tremendous two-run homer in the fourth to the right field corner. 3 homers on this homestand. The 0-1 to Kotchman, swing and a miss, a little late on a fastball, and it's 0-2. Kotchman now riding an 8-game hitting streak. He has hit 3 homers over the streak, 16 hits in only 30 at-bats. So he's hitting over 500 on an 8-game hitting streak. An 0-2 count, Anderson to the stretch. Right-handed pitcher delivers, and the fastball is inside to Kotchman, ball 1. On deck, Dallas McPherson, and then Jeff Mathis. Still no out here in the fifth. 2 hits, 1 sac fly and an error, and a fielder's choice. A ball and 2 strikes to Kotchman. Anderson ready. He kicks and delivers. The pitch is low, ball 2. At third base, Casey Smith. At second, Alberto Callaspo, and Tommy Murphy leads off at first. 2-2 count. Anderson ready. Kotchman swings and pops it up behind second base. Shortstop Sandoval will take charge and make a one-handed catch. He almost dropped that. He made the snow cone catch in front of the center fielder, Tony Miller. Kotchman will head back into the dugout, unable to bring in any runs on that hop out. So they're still loaded for Dallas McPherson. Now a right-hander is throwing in the Drillers bullpen. And it's righty Garrett Simpson. Not quite yet are the Drillers ready to get a position player warming up in the bullpen. Not yet. McPherson is 2 for 3. Singles in the second and third. And a foul out as well, and a big swing and a miss on the first pitch. 0-1. Travs 12, Drillers 1. That's the score in the bottom of the fifth inning. Absolutely nothing going right for the Tulsa Drillers. Meanwhile, the Travs just can't go wrong. These are 2 elevators going in opposite directions. It looks like the Travs are on their way to the 99th floor. 0-1 on the Trav third baseman, left-handed hitter, bases juiced. The 0-1, a fly ball hit into shallow left field. The runners will hold. Juan Pinella comes in to make the catch. And tagging from third base is Casey Smith. He's going to score for the 13th Traveler run. And pardon my expectations of Smith not tagging up. So the sacrifice fly makes it 13-1, and credit McPherson with his second RBI of the game, his 8th on the year. Smith crosses the plate for the second time today. And an appearance from Bob Thompson from Stone Links up here at the Ray Rinder Field press box. Stone Links, our favorite golf course out there in North Little Rock. As Jeff Mathis steps into the plate for his pitch on the way, he'll swing. Line drive, deep left center field. Back towards the corner. Not left center, and that ball hooks foul for a strike. I'll have to pardon me on some of these folks. I'm almost expecting everything the Travs hit to fall in for a base hit today. Mathis without a hit right now. He and Callaspo, the only 2 Travelers without a hit in the ball game. But Mathis did knock a run home in the third with a sac fly to the left field wall. 0-1 count to the Travs right-handed hitting catcher. He'll swing and miss on a slider, strike 2. 2 runs in here in the fifth inning. Travs scored 2 runs on Kotchman's homer in the fourth. A 9-run rally in the third inning. It did most of the damage. Runners at first and second. Murphy and Callaspo on the bases. 0-2 on Mathis. Anderson kicks and delivers the pitch, and it's a swing and a miss, strike 3. Side retired in the fifth, but the Travs continue to add to the lead. 2 runs on 2 base hits, 1 error, and 2 runners left. 5 innings completed at Ray Winter Field. The Arkansas Travelers 13. The Tulsa Drillers 1. This is the ticket. Total Sports 1380.
Power on. Plug in. And you get ready for the club that you can win, you lose.
Power up at the Electric Cowboy, I-30, the Chico Road exit, where there's always something going on. Electric Cowboy open Wednesday through Sunday. Doors open at 7:30 each night. And just listen to all that's going on. Wednesday night, ladies' night. Ladies in the door by 10 p.m. get $5 cash. Plus, free dance lessons at 8 p.m. And enjoy $1.50 long nights till midnight. Then, Thursday nights, it's $1 long nights and $2 pitches. Plus, live music every Thursday night. Yeah, there's always something going on at the Electric Cowboy, I-30 at the Chico Road exit.
Power up at the Electric Cowboy, I-30 at the Chico Road exit. Doors open 7:30 Wednesday through Sunday at the Electric Cowboy.
Hey, Gary Eubanks and Associates, you've heard us talk about what we bring to the table. You ask what that means to you. Well, these verdicts and settlements are real results we've achieved for our clients, as large as $19 million for one case. While facts differ and results vary on each case, you should put this experience on your side. Insurance companies notice, and that creates settlement. And remember, at Gary Eubanks and Associates, we'll win your case, or you don't owe us a dime.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball on the ticket. Total Sports 1380. KDXE, North Little.
Travs Baseball here on the ticket. Total Sports 1380 is brought to you by Pig and Chick, the Great American Barbecue House, located in Sherwood on Highway 107. Pig and Chick features all your favorite barbecue plates, plus the fixins and a great family atmosphere. Check out the menu at pigandchick.com. That's Chick with a K. Or call 501-834-6150 for Pig and Chick, the Great American Barbecue House. Ryan Shealy leading off the 6th inning for the Drillers. It's a 13-1 Arkansas lead. First pitch on a check swing. He did not go around. Ball 1. By the way, Pig and Chick Barbecue is available in the Travs Southwest Airlines picnic terrace for groups in the terrace only. You can reserve the terrace by calling 664-1555 and ask for the Pig and Chick menu. It's great chopped pork and beef barbecue. It's delicious. 2 balls, no strikes to Shealy, who stretched the hitting streak to 9 games with a double in the 4th, and he'll rip a liner foul over towards the terrace in left field. Strike 1. Sean Garrett on deck, then Mike Roseman. Dustin Griffith is throwing in the Travs pen. I don't want to add that extra S to his name. His name is Dustin Griffith. Pitch outside to Shealy, 3-1. Woods actually has been scuffling most of this ball game, but I do think he's pitched admirably, considering he scattered 8 hits in 5 innings. Only 1 run allowed. Pretty much because Jake hasn't walked a batter, keeping the ball on the ground for the most part. The 3-1 called strike on the outside corner. Now it's full. And Simpson continues to warm up in the left field pen with the Tulsa Drillers. And Woods on his way to his 3rd win of the year. A 3-2 count. Woods delivers the pitch, and it's popped up on the infield. He jabs Shealy. Beautiful pitch. It's taken over by Casey Griffin. He'll make the catch behind second base, and there's 1 away. Here comes Sean Garrett. Garrett 0 for 2, bounced out to the mound of the 2nd inning, lined into a double play in the 4th, and a tremendous leaping grab by Casey Smith. A swing and a miss on the first pitch. 0-1 count. Woods trying to work quickly. Overhead wind-up, the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Another breaking ball. 0-2. Kind of wonder sometimes at games like this, if batters start going to the Plate thinking of, I'll just swing at the first pitch, try to get this one over with. I sort of figure this game is over. You don't want to count your chickens before they hatch, even up by a dozen runs. The 0-2 from Woods. Garrett takes it. That's high and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Base is empty, 1 away. And the 1-2 to Garrett. Swing and a miss on the changeup. Strike 3. 2 strikeouts for Jake Woods. And to bring up Mike Rosen, who's collected a couple of hits. Rosen doubled to right field in the second inning, singled up the middle in the fourth. Right-handed batter and a lefty Woods with a fastball inside, 1-0. 13-1 lead for the Travs. Roseman tops one towards third, charging McPherson. Nice scoop on the grass. Throws off balance and airmails it. An error as the ball bounces away from Kotchman and off the first base fence. Roseman safe at first, charge an error to McPherson. Tough play. Still got to charge an error to him. Trying to get rid of the ball a little too quickly. Still 2 outs, and here's Willie Morales. Morales walking into the clubhouse yesterday here in Little Rock carrying a shoebox. Shoebox contained the fine money for the Drillers Kangaroo Court. He is the judge, apparently, as a strike hits at the letters, count 0-1. Willie, the elder statesman on the Drillers, and I guess that's why he's the judge, is 32 years old. Much more experience than your average minor leaguer. Pitch inside to Willie. 1 ball, 1 strike. Willie said he was planning on filling that shoebox up. The 1-1 swung on, popped out of play on the third base side. And the count is 1-2. Now, I haven't seen the shoebox in the Travs clubhouse, not yet at least. And I don't know if anyone's been elected a Kangaroo Court judge. I'm not even sure if there is a Kangaroo Court for the Travs. Usually most teams have one. But since we're so close to the zoo here in Little Rock, we might as well have the Kangaroo Court over at the zoo. I'm not sure if the Little Rock Zoo has a kangaroo, however. The 1-2 pitch, and Morales takes it way outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner at first base, Roseman, 2 outs, the 2-2 pitch. Morales takes it inside. And it runs the count full. So Woods using up pretty much all his pitches tonight. Pitch count around 90 towards 100 as the Travs starters are able to stretch things out a little bit further. And still the Travs starting pitchers have pitched very admirably this year. Nobody's really been hit all that hard. 3-2 pitch. A fly ball into center field. And Tommy Murphy drifting back a couple steps. Now he comes in 3 steps and makes the catch. That'll end the 6th inning. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and a runner left at first base. 6 strong innings for Jake Woods. 13-1 lead for the Arkansas Travelers. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Here on the ticket, Total Sports, 1380.
Hey, Gary Eubanks and Associates, you heard us talk about what we bring to the table. You ask what that means to you. Well, these verdicts and settlements are real results made right here in America. As large as $19 million for one case. Well, facts differ and results vary on each case. You should put this experience on your side. Insurance companies notice and tax-free your family. And remember it, Gary Eubanks and Associates. We'll win your case, or you don't owe us a dime.
Better choices. Sonic's got them, others don't. Drive into Sonic today for our new Chicken Club wrap made with grilled all-white meat chicken, crispy bacon, fresh lettuce, and juicy ripe tomato with shredded cheese and light ranch dressing. And for those counting carbs, it's now available with our new carb-friendly tortilla. Either way you order it, it's a fresh new way to get more taste. Sonic's new Chicken Club wrap. It's not just good, it's Sonic good.
My company is currently going through a transition, and I'm part of that transition. I needed new technology, new ideas for a changing market.
Norman Petit earned a Bachelor of Applied Science degree in Electronics Engineering Technology in 2002 and a Bachelor of Applied Science degree in Automated Manufacturing Technology in 2003 from the ITT Tech in Indianapolis, Indiana.
My education at ITT Tech was the right decision for me.
To find out more about ITT Technical Institute, call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web at itt-tech.edu. ITT Technical Institute, education for the future.
Travs baseball returns here on the ticket. Total Sports 1380 with Phil Elson. Pleasure to have you with us tonight, as always. Join us again tomorrow at 6:50 for the ITT Tech pregame show. First pitch is 7:10, and then Sunday afternoon we finish off the opening homestand with a 2 o'clock tilt against the Tulsa Drillers. First pitch again at 2 o'clock. Gates open at 12:15 with the Jim Elder Good Sports Fund Kids Clinic. At 12:45, first 200 kids to the clinic receive a free Travs baseball. And we'll have our ITT Tech pregame show at 1:40 Sunday afternoon. Monday, the off day, so we have to find something else to do at night other than listen to Travs baseball. I guess I'm going to have to find something to do other than broadcast Travs baseball. What else is there to do? Mike Elwood will lead off the 6th inning for the Travs. He'll take inside for a ball. Mike 1 for 3 with an RBI single in the 3rd inning. 13-1, Travs leading. New pitcher for the Drillers, right-hander Garrett Simpson. And a check swing of the second pitch downstairs. And the appeal goes in Elwood's favor, ball 2. So Travis Anderson. Lasted 2 1/3 innings. Pitch downstairs, ball 3. And Anderson allowed 6 runs, all earned, as he throws a strike to Elwood, and the count is 3-1. 6 runs on 8 base hits against Anderson, 3 homers. Elwood, a hard liner into center field, base hit. The second hit for Elwood, base hit number 15 for the Arkansas Travelers. Their season high in base hits is 20. And what they're doing against the Drillers is just amazing, considering the Drillers pitching staff held the Travs last week to a batting average of .217 in 4 games. Last night, the Travs showed some real offense by knocking 18 hits to score 7 runs. They've already collected 15 base hits, and we're only in the 6th inning. Nick Gorneault has 2 of those hits, a homer and a single, both in the 3rd inning. He's 2 for 3, and he'll take a first pitch strike on the inside corner. Already, everybody's contributed tonight, whether it's been an RBI or a run scored. The 0-1 to Gorneault is flied on a curveball to shallow center field. Tony Miller drifting in about 5 steps, and he'll make the catch. Back to first goes Elwood on the first out of the inning. Dustin Griffith still throwing in the Travs bullpen, so that'll lead us to believe that Jake Woods is finished after 6 innings. Another strong start for Jake. Here's Espedo. I mentioned, what am I going to be doing Monday without broadcasting a Travs game? Well, folks, the Travs luxury liner bus takes off for Midland, Texas at about 10 in the morning on Monday. Espedo, a ground ball foul on the right side. 0-1 on Espedo, who has yet to be retired today. In the 3rd inning, he walked, later homered following Gorneault's 2-run shot. And Espedo singled and scored in the 5th. He's getting that average up to about 340. 3 homers to lead the team. Actually now tied with Casey Kotchman. Pitch in the dirt. Nice block by Morales. 1 ball, 1 strike to the Travs left fielder. Let's see. If we hop on the luxury liner on Monday morning at about 10, try to be out in Midland at, let's say about 9 in the evening. Plenty of TV to watch later that night, I'm sure. Change up for a strike to Espino on the outside corner. When you head out to Midland, to be honest, it's not the greatest place in the world to stay. Midland's not a bad town. It's not the most exciting place, but hotel's in the middle of nowhere. 1-2 to Espino. Low and inside, 2-2. A lot of people ask, well, what's life like on the road? You know, it's really not that bad. If you have a hotel that's got a few things around it, a couple restaurants, maybe someplace to walk to, there's nothing to walk to in Midland. 3-2 pitch. Espino hits the ground ball foul down the first base line. Still 2-2. Travelers 13, Drillers 1. That's the score. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning at Ray Winder Field. And any player that has spent any time in Midland as a visitor, they're never really all that excited to get back there. Now, the ballpark is great. It's a wonderful yard. Hotel is not. Pitch inside to Espino, running the count full. 3-2. The Travs do that old West Texas swing starting on Monday. 4 games in Midland at the First American Bank Ballpark, followed by 4 more games in El Paso. Be in El Paso Saturday, May 1st through Tuesday, May 4th. 3-2 pitch to Jason, and he'll take it outside, ball 4. Another Traveler to take his base, and Espino's perfect night continues. Number 9 batter, Casey Smith, up to the plate next. Drillers 1 run, 8 hits, 1 error. Travelers 13, 15, and 1. Casey Smith is 3 for 3 with 2 doubles, 2 runs scored, and an RBI. And he'll have to wait before he sees his first pitch as Simpson steps off the rubber. Plan on Simpson for this year. 2-0 record, 2.16 ERA. A long reliever for the Drillers, and a strike on the first pitch to Smith. Casey knocked in the first run of the game with a double in the 3rd inning, then scored on Murphy's 2-run single. Of course, the Travs rallied for 9 runs in the 3rd inning. Everyone took part. Casey doubled and singled in that 3rd inning as he stroked the line drive foul out of play into the parking lot in right field. And Smith doubled and scored in the 5th inning. 0-2, the count on Smith. He was 1 for 4 yesterday. And the pitch. The curveball, chopped slowly towards third base. Coming in, Slavic makes a nice play. And he fires to first for the 2nd out of the inning. I'll tell you, Corey Slavic can flash some leather at third base. He's good over there. On the ground out, Elwood to third base, Espino to 2nd. 2 gone, and we're back to the top of the order. Folks, we're in the 6th inning, and this is the 5th time Travelers get to the top of the order. Alberto Callaspo is 0 for 2. He's also walked. There's a sac fly. Grounded out and popped out. He'll bat from the left side against the righty Garrett Simpson. The pitch inside for a ball. Travs haven't had a scoreless inning since the 2nd inning. A 9-run 3rd and 2 runs in the 4th and the 5th. And here's the 1-0 pitch from Simpson. Callaspo takes it outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Curveball outside as Simpson and Morales getting their signs mixed up again. It's the 2nd time that Morales has guessed the wrong pitch. He's looking for a fastball, got a curveball. Plus, it's a 3-0 count to Callaspo. With 2 men on base, certainly doesn't want to load the bases for Murphy. 3 for 4. The 3-ball pitch, low and inside, ball 4, and load him up once again for Tommy Murphy. So here's Murphy, who knocked in a couple of runs. Back in the third inning with a bases loaded single between third and shortstop. Now it gets a chance for another base hit. And he'll take a strike on the inside corner. Tommy Murphy with singles in the first, third, and fourth innings. Reached on a fielder's choice in the fifth. 13-1 lead for the Travs. This game's already been broken open, but a chance to make it a little bit uglier. The 0-1 pitch. Murphy takes it low.
Yes,
One ball, one strike.
What's the problem? I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
1-1 count the pitch. Murphy takes a curve outside, and Simpson doesn't look to be very sharp right now. Two and one the count. Murphy swings, fouls it back. Waiting in for the sign, Simpson dangling the arm down. 2-2, and the pitch fouled back over the third base bleachers. Look out, guys. One stunned woman on the top step of the bleachers. Looks like she almost dropped her beer. That would be a crime. Well, at least she kept her cigarette. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch on the way. Curveball outside. Now it's full. With the bases loaded, no place to put Murphy. The runners will be taking off. A 12-run lead for the Travs, and who knows what's about to happen. All right, here comes the payoff pitch. And it's fouled off towards the picnic terrace in left field. Hits the top roof and bounces away. Murphy has fouled off 2 pitches here. Still has a 3-2 count. Runners go, the pitch. Line drive down the left field line. Fair ball towards the corner. Here comes Elward to score. Espino scores. Callaspo rounding third base, and he scores. 3 runs. Come across the plate on a double by Tommy Murphy. He's knocked in 5 runs on 4 base hits, and it's 16-1. Great piece of hitting by Tommy Murphy. Running the count full, wasting a couple of pitches, and then stroking a bases-clearing double. Murphy's 4 hits, 5 RBIs, and boy, oh boy, what is there left to do? They've already hit 3 homers. They've already batted around. They've already scored 9 runs in an inning. What's left for this Traveler team to do tonight? This is bewildering to watch a team, no matter who it is, whether it's the home team or the visiting team, just continue to whack the ball around like it's a ping pong ball. Somebody for the Drillers has to get some batters out. Nobody's able to do it today. Now, yes, the Travs have some really, really good hitters. And I don't believe that the Drillers pitching staff is going to have many games where they give up 10 or more runs. They got some good hurlers. But boy, oh boy, talk about a team that's comfortable at the plate. Casey Kotchman takes a high fastball. Sort of realize now when Kotchman comes to the plate, the fans seem to quiet down a little bit and expect something great to happen. The 1-0. Outside corner, called strike 1-1. And I think the fans started to get that idea towards the start of this homestand when Kotchman had a 3-run blast in the first inning in Monday morning's victory against Wichita. The pitch to pop up over the second base's side, and Adonis Harrison will make the catch to end the inning. The Travs rally for 3 more runs in the 6th on a Tommy Murphy double. 3 runs, 2 hits, 1 man left, and the Travelers have scored 16 runs in 6 innings. They lead the Drillers by 15. We go to the 7th inning on the ticket. Total sports 1380.
Homeowners, are you tired of painting your house every few years? Then stop this endless cycle of painting forever with vinyl siding from Sears Home Central. Vinyl siding from Sears is virtually maintenance-free, and Sears makes it easy and affordable. Call now for a free in-home estimate. 1-800-531-7785. Not available in all areas. Services and materials provided by a Sears authorized contractor. License number available on request. That's vinyl siding from Sears. 1-800-531-7785.
Are you burdened by too much debt?
When I was dealing with the credit card companies, I felt like I was worthless. They made me feel as if I didn't want to pay my bills.
What if you could cut your credit card interest rate dramatically?
I had a couple accounts go to 0%, some went to 6, some went to 9. A lot more of the money went to the balances.
What if you could cut your total monthly payments by 1/3 or more?
My payments were roughly around $500, and just here recently my payment has dropped down to $277.
$840 and dropped down to $460.
Slash interest rates, reduce payments, and get out of debt much faster with the Debt Relief Clearinghouse.
I'm out of some debt. I can breathe easier. I finally have control over my debt. It's finally going away.
Call 1-800-946-1133 to get out of debt. Call the Debt Relief Clearinghouse at 1-800-946-1133. Start living your dreams again. Call 1-800-946-1133. Call now.
Six innings in the books here at Raywinder Field. Here are the totals after 6. Tulsa Drillers, 1 run, 8 hits, 1 error. And the Arkansas Travelers, 16 runs, 16 hits, 1 error. Almost a perfect game for the Travelers. Well, not from the pitching end. It was a very well-pitched game by Jake Woods. Well, the batters have seemingly done nothing wrong. Woods is out of the ball game, and here's Dustin Griffith on to relieve him. He inherits a 15-run lead. Hopefully he can hold it. A first pitch strike to Slavic on the outside corner. Woods scattered 8 hits in 6 innings, no walks. Only allowed 1 run. It is earned. And Jake struck out 2 batters. Slavic swings and misses on a big breaking ball from the tall right-hander. Griffith out of Littleton, Colorado. He's 6'4", 200 pounds, 23 years old. 0-2 to Slavic. He has flied out twice. Once to the track in right field. The pitch hit in the air to right field. That sends Gorneault back to the warning track, and he'll make the catch right in front of the treetop sign. 1 away. Second time Slavic has flied out to the track. Up to the plate now, Adonis Harrison. Harrison's 1 for 2, an infield single in the 3rd inning, and a bounce out in the 5th. The pitch on the way, and it's outside for a ball. Harrison, left-handed hitter, back to the plate against Griffith. Dustin making his 3rd appearance with the Travs, no record. He's allowed a run in 2 innings. And a pitch high and outside, 2-0. Take a look now at this date in baseball history, brought to you by Webster University. This is the 2-0 to Harry. High and away, ball 3. This date in baseball history, the New York Highlanders won their first major league game with a 7-2 decision over the Washington Senators. Harrison will take a strike on the inside corner. The count 3-1. First year for the Highlanders. And in 1901, they went 68-65 with John McGraw. With Clark Griffith as the manager. Pitch low and inside, ball 4, and Harrison takes his base. Clark Griffith, of course, later on would go on to manage and own the Washington Senators. In Moved him out to Minnesota. 1903. Highlanders that season 72 and 62. I was reading off the wrong years first. As Tony Miller takes a pitch high and inside. They finished in 4th place. Highlanders never actually were a very good team until they acquired a player by the name of Babe Ruth. Yes, the Highlanders were the first team called the New York Yankees. As a breaking ball for a strike for Tony Miller to count 1-1. Matter of fact, first they were the Baltimore Orioles in 1901 and 1902. The Orioles in the American League. Then the Orioles became an International League team, one of the best minor league teams of all time for that matter. The pitch inside to Miller, 2-1. Moved to New York for 1903, named the Highlanders. And I believe they became the Yankees for good sometime in the mid-teens. 1912 is their final year as the Highlanders. 1913, they became the Yankees. The pitch inside to Miller, and the count 3-1 as Griffith struggled a little bit with his command now. And again, you think about it, the Yankees have been certainly the most dominating franchise in all of professional sports. You could maybe say the Montreal Canadiens would match them for domination. 3-1 to Miller. The pitch is outside, ball 4, and he'll take his base. On to second goes Harrison. And here's Danny Sandoval, who's 2 for 2. I'll send the pitching coach Kernan Ronan out to the mound. The Yankees never won their first championship until 1921. They didn't even win the World Series that year. They won the American League, losing to the Giants in the World Series. And you think about this now. The Travs, they've been known as the Travelers since 1896. That means that the nickname Travelers is older than the nickname Yankees for a baseball team. That might be the only thing the Travs have over the Yankees. Yeah, that's it. And that is back on this date, April 23rd, 1903. The New York Highlanders debuted and became the Yankees 13 years later. Sandoval fouls a pitch back for a strike. This little bit of knowledge brought to you by Webster University, where education is more than just a degree. It's real knowledge for real-world success. For more information on Webster's graduate-level degrees available in Little Rock, visit them online at webster.edu or call 800-828-2598 for Webster University. Sandoval batting left-handed. He'll take pitch inside, and it's 1-1. Griffith retired the first batter he faced, getting Slavic to fly out to the track here in the 7th inning. Then he walks Harrison and Miller and runs the count to 1-1 on Danny Sandoval. Set position, Griffith checking second base. His pitch is whipped down the first base line, foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Or another team that had a nickname that you might not recognize. The Bridegrooms. And tell me who the Bridegrooms were. Well, they were also known as the Curbas, the Grooms, the Grays, the Atlantics, the Robins, and that's the old Brooklyn Dodgers. They were known by many, many other names before they finally took the name Dodgers. A foul ball back towards the first base seats as Sandoval stays alive. Of course, they're now known as the L.A. Dodgers. Dodger name first popped up in 1911. Reason being that the area the Dodgers played at Ebbets Field, was built right by a trolley car rail area where there was all sorts of trolley rails and trolley cars always coming around. And in order for fans to get to the ball game, they had to dodge the trolleys. As Sandoval tried to check back on a breaking ball, but he went through with a swing, and he's out on strike. First strikeout for Dustin Griffith here in this inning, his second as a Traveler. But the Brooklyn team still was known as the Robins mostly from 1914 to 1931. They were named the Robins in honor of their longtime manager, Wilbert Robinson. Piloted them to their first 2 World Series in 1916 and 1920. Of course, they didn't win a World Championship until 1955 when Walter Alston was the manager for the Dodgers. They were known then. How about this one for you? The Bean Eaters. The Bean Eaters were a Boston team. That seems to make sense, doesn't it? The 1-0 pitch is outside, and the count is 2-0. I've been asked the question, what about the Brewers? Well, of course, the Brewers, even when they were a minor league team, they were still known as the Brewers. What else are you going to name a baseball team in Milwaukee? The Bratwurst? The Sausage Makers. The 2-0 to Pinella. A tapper foul off his foot. A lot of teams that you know of these days, they were known as different names previously. The Indians, first known as the Cleveland Naps, in honor of Nap Lajoie, the Hall of Fame second baseman. They were known as the Cleveland Blues as well, and for years and years, Cleveland baseball fans had the Blues with a really bad Indians team. 2-1 count to Pinella. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th, a 16-1 Traveler lead. Curveball outside of Pinella, the count 3-1. Yeah, the Atlanta Braves were one time known as the Boston Bean Eaters. Of course, they were the Boston Braves. Before that, they were the Boston Bees, the Boston Dubs, the Bean Eaters, and the Red Caps. You just don't see names like this anymore. The 3-1 pitch, a strike down the middle, and now it's a full count. Here's a great name from back in the 20s, I believe, in Hickory, North Carolina, which is the furniture capital of the United States, whether you know it or not, it is. There's a team called the Hickory Crawdads playing there now. They used to be the Hickory Cabinet Makers. Are you frightened of a cabinet maker? I am. The pitch hopped up into right field. That one over towards the bullpen, and it's going to end up out of play. And we get a chance to run through some more goofy names. You've heard of the city in Washington State, Walla Walla? Well, they once had a team called the Walla 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 Wallas. Obviously, the mayor named that team. Mayor of Walla Walla. His name is probably Wally. 3-2 count to Pinella. If Griffith can get out of the inning, the pitch, swing and a miss on a ball in the dirt. Strike 3, tagged out by Mathis, and that'll end the 7th inning. Going into the stretch now at Raywinder Field, it's the Travs 16 and the Drillers 1. We'll be back on the ticket. Total Sports 1380.
Now that the baseball season is here again, moms everywhere begin scouting for a cool, delicious recipe that won't take extra innings to make, like Del Monte's quick 3-bean salad. Simply combine a can of Del Monte cut green beans, a can of Del Monte waxed beans, a can of kidney beans, and a quarter cup of chopped red onions. Toss it together with some Italian oil and vinegar salad dressing, and you've got a quick boil. Del Monte steps up to the plate with simple mealtime to harvest food. Harvest Arkansas. He joined the Air Force in 1964 and served in Vietnam. He commanded forces in the far corners of the globe. Rising through the ranks, he served as a 3-star general at the Pentagon. You'd think 30 years of distinguished service would be plenty. But if you're Norman G. Leasy, Lieutenant General, retired United States Air Force, that's just the beginning. Today, he's pursuing a new career as Walmart's Vice President of National Government Relations. Norm's journey took him near and far, through Asia, Scandinavia, Europe, the Middle East, universities, where he had a master's degree that touched the university. Campuses around the world share the same belief. Education is more than just a degree. It's real knowledge, for real world success.
For more information about graduate degrees from Webster University in Little Rock, visit them on the web at webster.edu or call them 800-828-2598.
Back at Raywinder Field as the Travelers move into the bottom of the 7th inning against the Tulsa Drillers. 16-1 is the score. Travs have been in the lead ever since a 9-run rally in the third inning. Bill Elson with you here on the Ticket Total Sports 1380. We'll check out our Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard as Dallas McPherson leads off and takes a pitch low and inside. Tossed by pitcher Garrett Simpson. 1 ball, no strike. McPherson with 2 hits, 2 RBIs, a sac fly, and a run scored. Dallas swings a ground ball to the hole at second base and through for a base hit. His third of the game. And the Travs with 17 base hits today. $27.55, the paid attendance tonight at Raywinder Field. Not a bad crowd for a night which was expected to rain a bunch, which usually kills the attendance, but fans still coming out to check out this hot Travs team. Jeff Mathis takes a pitch away, ball 1. Jeff is 0 for 2, but he has helped out today with a walk and a sacrifice fly. The 1-0 pitch, and Mathis swings a pop-up behind shortstop to shallow left field. Coming in Juan Pinella, going out from short Sandoval, and nobody makes the call. It falls in, base hit. As we mentioned before, nothing, absolutely nothing going right for the Tulsa Drillers today. Neither Sandoval nor Pinella took charge on that. In fact, neither of them even went after that ball hard. Both sort of lollygagged after it. I'll be honest, folks, I mean, it's going to be difficult to keep your focus when you're getting beat by 15 runs. You still got to get the out. So that's the 18th base hit for the Travelers, and Mathis gets a gift hit. He'll take it. Here's Mike Elward, who has singled twice, knocked a run home, and scored as well. First pitch outside, ball 1. Let's get to that Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard now. We'll begin in the Texas League. First going, Wichita still delayed after a scoreless first inning. They had some strong storms coming through the Dallas area. The 1-0, and Elward chops it towards Harrison at second base. Kerr went wheel to second base, 1 out, and they don't get the relay. Harrison had to go to the hole at second and make that play, and gets the out at second, goes 4-6. On to third is McPherson. Elward to first on the fielder's choice. Here's Nick Gorneault. Round Rock and Midland battling in a tight game. 2-1, the Express leading in the top of the 8th. And El Paso blanking San Antonio 4-0 in the top of the 9th inning. Diablo has had Casey Fossum pitching. Of course, he's been a major leaguer for a while, making his second start with El Paso as Nick Gorneault takes the pitch downstairs. Gorneault had a couple of hits in the 9-run third inning. A single to start the frame, a run scored, and hit a 2-run homer later. The 1-0 swung on, grounded, and base hit into right field. That will score McPherson. It's 17-1 Travelers. To second base goes Elward. And Gorneault makes it 3 RBIs on 3 base hits. Travs have already set their season high for runs scored. This is the top game in the Texas League thus far for runs scored by one team. Round Rock had scored 13 runs earlier this season. That was the season high in the league. And by the way, it doesn't look like Elward's going to be, like Gorneault's going to be awarded a base hit here. Sending McPherson back to third base. Elward is called out on the base pass for runners interference. Elward, I didn't see the play. Might have gotten entangled with the second baseman Harrison. Again, call it a fielder's interference, but no official ruling on that call yet as to whether Gorneault gets credit for a base hit or not. Gorneault is at first base, fielder's choice. Carlos Duncan called in to pinch hit for Jason Espedo. First pitch on the way, and Duncan a check swing. And they'll appeal to first base umpire Tiller, says it didn't go. Ball 1. Espedo finishes the game with 2 walks, 2 hits, 4 runs scored and a solo homer. The 1-0 to Duncan. Takes it in the dirt, scoots behind the catcher. On to second base is Gorneault on a wild pitch. So Gorneault will not be given credit for a base hit in the 7th inning. It'll be a fielder's choice. Elward out with the putout being awarded to the second baseman, Adonis Harrison. And all that does is it means the Travs don't get their 17th run. But still, that's the most runs any team has scored in one game in the league this year. The 2-0 pitch, Duncan swings, and a fly ball over the first baseman, charging in Rosen from right field. It falls in front of him. Base hit, and 2 runs are going to score, so there you go. They score anyway. 18-1 Travs, and Duncan knocks them both home. So even with a runner's interference, the Travs can bring 2 more runs across. That'll tie their most hits of the season, 20 base hits. Also the league high. No other team has more than 15 base hits in a ball game. 18 runs for the Travelers. No other team has scored more than 13 in one game. Gosh almighty. Casey Smith, first pitch, swinging, fly ball down the right field line, slicing foul, and out of play for a strike. 2 outs in the Travs half of the 8th inning. Oh, pardon me, their half of the 7th inning. It only feels like we're in the 8th. We've been out here for so long. The 0-1 is called a strike at the knees on a breaking ball. We'll get to that Major League scoreboard as promised next inning. The 0-2 on the way to Smith. Swing and a foul right back towards me up here in the press box. Too bad that chicken wire's in front of me, otherwise I had a souvenir. New pitcher warming up for the Drillers in the bullpen. Can't quite tell what it is yet. Pitch outside to Casey Smith, ball 1. Let's see, that's number 30. That's Sean Green loosening up. So the Drillers will not be going to a position player. The 1-2, and Smith swings and misses on a breaking ball, and he's out on strikes. Travs is finished in the 7th. 2 more runs, 3 more hits, and a runner left on. 18 runs for the Travelers. They're leading the Drillers by 17 as we get to the 8th inning on the ticket. Total Sports 1380.
Hey guys, want another beer?
Another what?
Another beer.
I didn't have a beer. Did you have a beer? I don't think so.
Yes, you did. These beers right in front of you? Remember you ordered them from me?
Where? I mean, I remember eating the wings.
Yeah, the wings were good.
Are you sure we drank the beer?
Look, you guys came in, you ate the wings, you drank the beer.
Huh.
Whatever. You guys want another round?
Of what?
Beer.
Yeah, that sounds great. You want a beer?
I would love a beer.
Next time, try the light beer with the taste you won't forget. Great tasting, less filling, Miller-like. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
AgPro knows you're patient. You've had your eye on a certain green and yellow tractor for some time now. But here's a thought. Visit your local John Deere dealer for an innocent test drive. Sit in that yellow seat and feel that rugged quality. Then run the numbers. You may find you've underrated the value of a John Deere and overrated the value of patience. After all, nothing runs like a Deere. Test drive the John Deere of your choice today at AgPro Central Arkansas, 10504 Maumelle Boulevard, North Little Rock.
I am the port in the storm.
I am the line in the sand.
I am the rescuer in the dark.
I am the enforcer of the seas.
I am the defender of the homeland. In the United States Coast Guard and Coast Guard Reserve, you are the first line of defense against threats to our American way of life. To become one of us, call toll-free 1-877-NOW-USCG or visit GoCoastGuard.com.
We are the shield of freedom. We are the United States Coast Guard.
Dustin Griffith winds up the first pitch here in the top of the 8th inning outside to Ryan Sheely for a ball. Travs 18, Drillers 1 as we're here in the 8th. Griffith in his second inning of work. The tall righty delivers and Sheely grounds a base hit past third. That'll go down the line. Carlos Duncan just into the ball game in left field will fire into second base and Sheely slides in safely with a double, his second of the game. One of the lone bright spots for the Drillers tonight is Ryan Sheely, who's gone 2 for 4 with 2 doubles. Cliff Smith is warming up in the Travs bullpen in right field. Let's get to our Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard. In the National League, the Cubs beat the Mets 3-1. Greg Maddux a strong start. Moises Alou and Todd Walker with homers. Mike Cameron hit his 3rd homer with a lone run for the New York Mets. Cincinnati beats the Pirates 6-4 at PNC Park. Paul Wilson moves to 3-0. Danny Graves saves his 8th. As a ball hit off the end of the bat by Garrett. And out of play on the left side, strike 1, a foul ball. Garrett is 0 for 3. Atlanta beats the Marlins 6-1 at Florida, ending the Marlins' 3-game winning streak. Gets the Braves to within 2 games of Florida. J.D. Drew with his 2nd home run of the season. 0-1 to Garrett, who's batting left-handed and pops the pitch to the left side of the infield. McPherson across the foul line from third base. Now he straddles the line and makes the catch for the first out of the inning. 1 away. Mike Roseman up next. Finals in the American League. Tigers scored 11 runs in the 6th inning and defeat the Indians 17-3. Brandon Inge with a grand slam in the 6th inning. Eric Munson also with a home run. Jeremy Bonderman got the win. Esteban Yan saved his first. We're going to have to see some ugly pitching lines out of that game for Cleveland. Roseman has reached base 3 times. A double, a single, and an error, and he fouls off the first pitch for a strike. Let's see here. Dave Lee allowed 4 runs without retiring a batter for Cleveland. Jason Anderson allowed 5 runs in 1 inning. Detroit with 16 hits to score 17 runs, only 2 homers. They did get 10 bases on balls. That Indians pitching staff is having trouble. 0-1 count to Roseman. Griffith from the stretch. And a swing and a miss on the breaking ball. 0-2. Boston beats the Yankees. In fact, they crushed them at Yankee Stadium. Red Sox 11, Yankees 2. Bill Miller with a home run, knocked in 3. Manny Ramirez, Kevin Millar, and Mark Bellhorn each with home runs. Hideki Matsui hit his 2nd long ball for the pinstripe. 0-2 count, the pitch to Roseman. Breaking ball just inside, and the count 1-2. Garrett Lowe pitched 6 innings for his 2nd win of the year. Jose Contreras drops to 0-2. The Red Sox have gone 4-1 in 5 games against the Yankees. A ball and 2 strikes to count to Roseman's pitch. Grounded towards third base. McPherson comes in to make the play. He'll throw across the diamond. And there's 2 outs. Rudy Gomez, by the way, recently inserted in first base. Casey Kotchman now takes the bench. So those are the final scores across the major leagues. Top 8 at Baltimore. Orioles 11, Blue Jays 3. Rangers lead the Mariners 7-5 in Texas, bottom of the 7th. They're in extra innings at U.S. Delaware. The White Sox and the Devil Rays tied at 2 in the 10th inning. Willie Morales, the batter. 2 outs, runner at second base. Travelers leading 18-1. Check swing, strike on the swing on a nice tight slider. Angels are out ahead of Oakland 6-0 in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Troy Gloss with a home run, his 6th of the season. Jared Washburn on the mound for the Angels, and Barry Zito allowed 6 runs in 2 innings. Morales with a line drive, base hit to left field. Past the diving McPherson, holding at third is Ryan Sheely as Duncan comes up with the ball in left field. That's 10 hits for the Drillers. Not a bad night. However, the Travs have scored 18 runs on 20 hits. Our scoreboard put up a run there, as I think they expected Sheely to score on that base hit. It's okay to be a little bit generous. It's all right. 18-1 lead for the Travelers as Slavic steps to the plate. Runners at the corners, 2 away. Slavic is 0 for 3 on 3 flyouts, 2 to the track in right field. First pitch, swing and a miss, slider, strike 1. Let's see if the Rangers have been able to start their game back again. Maybe the Rough Riders have as well. All right, right now in the top of the second inning at Frisco, they are back underway. 1 final from the Texas League. El Paso shuts out San Antonio. Pitch downstairs on a check swing. Slavic with a 1-1 count. Josh Kroger hit his first home run of the season for the Diablos. Matt Henry got the win in relief of Casey Fossum. Fossum goes 3 shutout innings. Henry with the final 6 for his second win of the year. Juan Doan took the loss, drops to 1-1. The pitch to Slavic, a line drive deep right field. That one is back, and that is off the signs in right field, right off the fence. Shealy scores. Morales to third base. Slavic to second. That's the 3rd time he's tested the warning track in right field, and finally Slavic hits a base hit. So the Drillers get back on the scoreboard. An 18-2 Trav lead. And Adonis Harrison steps up. Runners at second and third for Harrison. Griffith has allowed 2 walks and 3 hits with a run over his inning and 2/3. Griffith from the stretch here in his final inning of work. The pitch on the way, and it's swung on and missed by Harrison. Strike 1. Travs rallied for 9 runs in the 3rd inning. They haven't looked back since. Travs have scored in every inning since the 3rd. Here we are in the top of the 8th. The 0-1 in the dirt, blocked by Mathis. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's amazing to think about it that the Travelers over their first 4 games against Tulsa had scored a total of, I'll give you that to you in a second. In 4 games against Tulsa before yesterday, the Travelers had scored a total of 10 runs. Folks, they almost outdid themselves in the 3rd inning alone today. You sometimes wish that you bottle up the comfort level the Travs have at the plate today and maybe save it a little bit later on in the season when they might need it. 1-1. Harrison swings and a little grounder towards Gomez at first base. Coming in, makes the play at the bag and steps on it, ending the 8th inning. The Drillers get 1 run on 3 hits and leave 2 runners on base. The Travs come to the plate in the bottom of the 8th inning, leading the Drillers 18-2. Here on the ticket, Total Sports 1380.
What's up, Sprite Remix drinkers? Jermaine the Trick, and I'm bringing you that remix, man. Down south flavor. Taste this.
I like that taste. The Swiss Beats is going to give y'all a different flavor. East Coast now, check it out. Sprite Remix. They're doing it again with brand new Sprite Remix Very Clear. Out with tropical flavor. In with the crisp taste of berry. New Sprite Remix Very Clear. Rethink, remix, refresh.
The Jim Elder Good Sport Fund is proud to bring kids clinics back to Raylander Field. The first clinic is Sunday, April 25th at 12:45, and all kids are invited. Learn hitting, fielding, throwing, and base running from the pros. Jim Elder was the Travs broadcaster for more than 30 years, and his memory lives on with the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund. Additional clinics are planned for June 6th and August 29th. But don't miss the first one on Sunday, April 25th at 12:45 at Raylander Field. The Jim Elder Good Sport Fund is the official charity of the Travelers.
Better choices. Sonic's got them, others don't. Drive into Sonic today for our new Chicken Club wrap made with grilled all-white meat chicken, crispy bacon, fresh lettuce, and juicy ripe tomato with shredded cheese and light ranch dressing. And for those counting carbs, it's now available with our new carb-friendly tortilla. Either way you order it, it's a fresh new way to get more taste. Sonic's new Chicken Club wrap. It's not just good, it's Sonic good.
Last chance for the Travs as they look for that magical 20 mark on the run column. 18 runs on 19 base hits and 1 error committed for the Travs. The Drillers at 2-11-1 at Raywinder Field on a steamy Friday night. New pitcher for the Drillers, right-hander Sean Green, and he offers a strike to Alberto Callaspo. Garrett Simpson pitched the last 2 innings, allowing 4 runs in 2 frames on 5 base hits. The lines for the pitchers for Tulsa tonight are ugly. 0-1 on Callaspo. He's the only Trav without a hit today. And a ground one over the mound and into center field. That's 9 men with base hits tonight for the Arkansas Travelers. In fact,